Yeah. Happy Sunday, fun day, as I always say on this relaxing Sunday, as we do what we do every Sunday at 1 p.m. Uh, we're gonna have a great day today, talking the NBA Finals Game 2. We're gonna talk a little bit about Game 1 as well, what we saw, because we didn't actually do a, um, a live after the game on Thursday. So we're gonna get into that and then talk about what we expect today in Game 2. As well, we're gonna get into Deion Sanders and what he's doing over there at Jackson State. We're gonna get into the big baby, uh, Kevin Durant versus the media. We waiting for my co-host. K be on in a second, but yeah, man, we here. So we have some breaking news. Marion Barber, former Dallas Cowboy running back, passing away as well. We're gonna talk on that. Hopefully, we can get the Black Psychologist podcast, Black Psychologist, Mr. Kyle Osborne on here, and he'll be able to elaborate on some things that he may have heard about the death of Marion Barber. So, which is one of the reasons why we wanted to have Kyle on here. This is a good reason why. Some things that in sports, it's mainly football. It's a lot to do with football when we're losing athletes suddenly. So yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about everything. You know, we're gonna be on here. If you want to join by commenting, if you want to comments already, I mean, if you're here watching already, say your name. You know, let me give you a shout out. Let me let you know that you're being watched. You know what I mean? You're watching us, and I appreciate y'all tuning in. So if you're in there, you know, say something. You know what I mean? Say what up, so I can what up you back. You know what I mean? You in the base with Next Step in K. So yeah, first and foremost, man, I do want to start off with the Marion Barber thing. His passing. He was a great running back for my Dallas Cowboys. I think he was one of those basher, hurt you running backs like what's his name from Seattle. I can't even think of his name. His name is right. His picture is right in my face. But yeah, so he was one of those bashing running backs, but also could get you some, finesse yards on sweeps and things like that. But it's a great loss to the athletic community, football community. He was very to himself for the most part. We saw a few times when he was on, when he did a one-on-one interview when he was in his apartment. And as if we've seen it, he played the piano. So he did a lot of different things, unlike some other athletes that are, do other types of activities or is always in the spotlight or likes to be in the spotlight. But yeah, it's a devastating passing for some of us who actually watched him play in the game of football, especially me, myself. I was a big Marion Barber fan during his time with us. He also played for the Chicago Bears after us. But yeah, it was touching. It was sudden. It was shocking for most of us, who follow football, especially Dallas Cowboys fans themselves. It definitely hit home a little bit to the point where you wonder like what really happened, what really happened with him. He was out of the spotlight for a good while during this time after playing football. We thought that maybe he'd be having something going on as far as musician wise, because like he said, he loved to play the piano, and when he showed on the one time that he did an interview that he was really good at it. It wasn't like it was just something that you said play that you constantly play all the time. He was like uh really elegant in the music that he was playing in quite a bit. So yeah, we would like to talk about that a little bit, some more. Once my co-host get on here, get his opinion. Black Psychologist Podcast, if he's on here. Kyle, if you're on here, you can chat in. Those who are watching, chat. Hit the write a comment. Let me know that you're here. So I'll give you a shout out. But we started off with the Marion Barber. I think that was a must because everything else is just like almost like just us talking about having fun. This debating about sports, but a life loss like this suddenly kind of brings you back to reality of you never know when your time can come. We on borrowed time. We all are here on borrowed time, so we have to make the best of the times that we're here. Hopefully, you're making the best of it in a positive manner, touching lives in ways that you may not have been able to do if you didn't. And Kay is hitting me up. Yo, Kay.
Yeah, it says waiting for host, but it's not, but nobody's coming through.
Oh, really? Let me send you another one.
Yeah, right.
All right. Oh, so he's having a little issue. Of course. What's Kay without having technical issues? It's never a dull moment with Kay. That's why we love him. That's why we love him. Yo, bro. That's my little brother Daryl. Appreciate you, coming in there and watching the live podcast. You know what I'm saying? Marion Barber actually played for your Chicago Bears. As sad as your Bears are. So you and Monk, y'all Bears. But yeah, Marion Barber played for y'all Bears as well. So I like to, if you can remember any of the time during the short stint he had with y'all, if you want to comment on something that you remember about him playing with y'all for the 1 or 2 years I think he played with y'all. So little bro, you allowed to elaborate if you choose to. But yeah, man, Marion Barber was a destined athlete. He took advantage of opportunity with the Dallas Cowboys, after the Emmett and what's the guy who said he was better than Emmett? What's the guy that came in after Emmett and then we wound up trading him to Giants and whatever. Oh, so you in the basement with Next Step and your boy, he's finally stepped in the building. He finally, you wanted to, chime in and get in on the podcast. But you in the building with Next Step and who?
Kay.
Kay's in the building.
Mm-hmm.
I just started elaborating before you got on about the Marion Barber situation. You see the new graphic. You see the new graphic I got up there now. You know what I'm saying? I'm working,
Man.
bro. I'm working. I'm working.
I see you out there. I see you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm working. I'm trying to get us some good. You know what I mean?
That one took me by surprise, man. That definitely took me by surprise. Earlier this week, I just saw it pop up like Marion Barber. I was like, he was young. Like I think he's like what, 38?
83, 30, yeah. So he's about 38. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, man. Because I remember him. I'm not a Cowboys fan by any means, but I definitely do remember. Okay, but I definitely do remember, as you should be. I definitely remember him coming out of, where did he go to school at? Minnesota, I think.
Yes.
Ooh, that's at the top of the dome too. And also I remember he had back-to-back 1,000 yards. I remember that because that was a big thing in the Big Ten.
Yeah,
back then,
but he never reached 1,000 with us. He always got stuck at 900 and something.
Yeah,
because, they start throwing the ball and not utilizing them a lot.
You mean throwing the ball away? You mean?
Yeah, that's what we do. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, but yeah, man, it was definitely, definitely, yeah, exactly. I was just about to say that, Kyle. Thank you. Shout out to the Black Psychologist podcast. Yeah, he was like beast mode before
Marshawn
beast
Lynch.
mode.
That's what I was trying to say earlier. I couldn't think of
For the
his name.
Bills. Yeah, for the Bills.
Yeah,
He played for the Bills.
before when you drafted by the Bills.
Yeah,
He drafted by the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
I mean,
yeah.
woo. Yeah, he was one of those. He was one of those violent runners too. You know, but yeah, like he's one of those guys that you didn't want to get in front of. Like you kind of had to make like a business decision. Like, do I really want to tackle this dude? Do I want to tackle him down low? Do I want to tackle him high?
But he also had finesse too. He has finesse in him as well. It wasn't just strictly run you over. He can get to that outside and get going.
Oh yeah,
when he needs to. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so it's definitely a good big hit to the community of NFL players. Like I was saying before, he's elegant in playing the piano, which is uncommon. You know, you don't hear likely of a lot of athletes into playing musicians like Wayman Tisdale used to play the trumpet or the saxophone. He played the saxophone.
Yeah, the sax. Yeah.
Shout out to Wayman Tisdale. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. So there's very few, not to say very few, but that we know of that's into the playing the instruments and stuff like that on their downtime.
Right.
You know what I mean? And Daryl said he had a couple good games, but our coaching sucked at that point. I mean, Daryl, y'all coaching always sucked, but that's neither here nor there.
I mean, it could be worse. I mean, you could be Browns fans.
Yeah, or you could be a Jets fan. Oh, big bro, Mike. Dean Smith, what's up, slap nuts? That's what you say. All right, tidy balls.
You got saved by Dean Smith too. You got saved by that Dean Smith thing too. Because I was about to go in on you. I was like, let him breathe.
Oh man.
As far as I know, I don't think the Browns have any championships. Do they? Do they have any Super Bowls?
Browns?
The Browns.
I
don't think so.
Nah.
I mean, they might have got close. I don't think they do.
Yeah, Jim Brown. He don't have no championships.
Nope, he has no Super Bowls.
So it is what it is.
Bernie Kosar, no. Let me see. Tim Couch, no.
Yeah.
I mean, we could go down that hole.
Yeah, we ain't even. It's not even worth it.
Quarterbacks. It really isn't. It really isn't.
Yeah.
Like the only Brown I know, the best Brown I know, is probably
Vinny Testaverde.
And he played for Tampa Bay first before he came to the Jets.
Vinny made his way around the league.
I would say Bernie Kosar.
The best Brown ever. That's a good question. Anybody out there have any?
Ernest Biner, maybe?
Biner?
Is that his name? Biner?
That's the running back. That was the running back.
Right.
Yeah.
The running back that fumbled.
Yeah, I gotta think. The Browns.
Ooh.
Oh, Daryl got shots. My point exactly. Or a Jets fan.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me speak freely here. I know that's
speak,
your little bro and whatnot. I know that's your
speak.
little bro and whatnot. So I'm gonna come at him just like you come at my brother. So
hey,
therefore,
listen.
So what's Daryl's team again?
He's a Bears fan. He's a Bears fan.
Whoa.
Yeah. So y'all basically neck and neck. Y'all swimming together.
Pretty much. I mean, we're grinding to the bottom just to get to the bottom.
But hey, listen. At least he's had opportunities and stuff. Even though with Trubisky and he was something to talk about that y'all ain't having. Y'all was just like, who are they gonna lose to this week? Opposed to Trubisky is gonna bang up this game and this like they had they had that.
I mean, listen. The Bears have some greats. They got.
They've had some greats. They had a lot of greats.
You had Kate McCown.
You can't even do that. You
Rex Grossman.
Yo, you out of pocket. You out of pocket.
Kajana Carter.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, big shout out to Kajana Carter. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kajana Carter.
Oh, Kajana Carter went to Penn State, right?
Penn State, yep. He was there with Chaffee. Chaffee, and all that. Yeah, Chaffee was a freshman, I think, when Kajana was a senior.
I remember they said he was the hottest thing coming out, boy.
Yeah.
I remember that year they were on. They had Nike posters up and everything.
Yeah, Kajana was supposed to have been at work. Yeah, Kajana Carter.
Shout out Kajana taking that money.
Yeah, shout out Big Chop over at Wiseman, doing big things over there as an agent.
The Bears, how dare you?
Big guy.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Bears. And the Bears were good.
Bears, Mont said Bears and Jets both are trashed. They go out at the same day.
Is this the same Mont? Now, is this the same Mont that's a Golden State fan?
No. That's Lee.
Oh yeah.
Lee's the Golden. R2D2 is the Golden State fan. Well,
the Golden State Traveler,
quote unquote fan. And he's a Sixer. He's a Philly guy.
Okay.
I can't remember Mont being anything other than a Philly guy. I could be wrong. Because that's how those Smiths are. Yeah, sorry to hear that too.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what they do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep. But go ahead.
Yeah. Other than that, what else has been going on? Anything else? How was the weekend and everything?
Oh, hold on. Let's end it with the Marion Barber.
I'm sorry.
Condolences to the Barber family.
Sorry about that.
And his family, if he had any kids, I'm not sure. But condolences to the family from the End of the Basement with Next Step in KC podcast and the family of our listeners. We send our condolences, man. Marion Barber is here with me because, like I say, he spent numerous years with my Cowboys, and he definitely earned his stripes. Definitely earned his stripes. Yeah, so
definitely a loss to the NFL community and also to the Dallas Cowboys, University of Minnesota. I mean, and the Bears too.
That's right.
So
yeah. I mean, the NFL itself.
I definitely send my condolences, to his family and friends, and I did once I read it. I read the headline. At least that. See, I get the names right.
we ain't worried about you, tiny nuts, man. We ain't worried about you right now.
But yeah, it said that he was he was found unresponsive in his home. But also they also said there was no foul play or no type of self-inflicting injuries or anything like that.
Okay. Not to say that's good, but it's
right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So as again, definitely from In the Basement, definitely sending our condolences to the Chicago Bears, University of Minnesota,
yes, sir.
The Dallas Cowboys, and also the Barber family as well.
Yes, sir. So what's next up on the plate for us? We want to go. What do you want to talk about? Let's see what you pop up.
Well, listen, man. I mean, you want to talk about the elephant in the room that everybody's talking about?
And what's that?
That's the finals.
That's the finals. You want to get into the finals right away?
I mean, if you want.
You want to get into that?
Yeah, we could definitely.
You want to get into that? Oh!
Are you showing off?
I'm showing off, bro.
Don't show off.
I'm learning, baby. This thing about to be litty. This thing about to be litty. But you know what? You know what we didn't do though? I don't know, Kyle. Are you available? Because if you are, we would like for you to, if you know anything about the Marion Barber situation, speak on it real fast. If not, that's fine as well. But I didn't know you wanted to get into the finals right away. I thought maybe you wanted to probably teeth into the Jackson State or the teeth into the Kevin Durant versus the media. I don't know. What you want to do? What you want to do?
Talk to me. Talk to me about
what you want to do, man. It ain't no order. It ain't no order. But I'd rather we know we're gonna talk about the finals pretty much a little bit in a length of time. Okay. And I don't want to,
that's fine with me, man. That's fine. With me. So what's going on with KD in the media? Because I've heard
you want to talk about
he's been going back and forth and stuff like that.
We're not doing that right now. So just hold your horses. You know what I'm saying? So you just hold on to that. Oh, SB Talks. Oh, yo, this is a brother we met last week. He chimed in on the podcast, bro. Yo, SB Talks Sports. That's he has a YouTube page. Follow him on his YouTube page. SB, man, I appreciate you jumping in. Salute to In the Basement and in the chat. Yeah, no doubt. See, he got Celsius. Look, SB, we ain't even gonna talk about that just yet, though. But SB, if you want to join the live podcast, holla at me, man. Hit me with your email, and I'll send you it. You can jump on the podcast with us.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying? Shoot me the link. Shoot a link. Shoot a link to my email. SB, let me see something here. How can I do that? SB. Go on my my Instagram, SB. My In the Basement Instagram. And DM me. That didn't even sound right. DM me. But yeah, DM me.
Direct message.
Yeah, direct message me.
Direct message me. Yeah, there's no pause.
Yo, you know what? I'm going to reach out to Stan Groovy Laws too.
Yeah. You know what? That would be great because I know he's puffing his chest out right now. You know.
Yeah. He definitely puffed
it. While you're doing that, I see KD is going back and forth with the media again.
Yes. Yes.
Yo, no disrespect to KD. KD is one of the best scorers out there. But why is he going back and forth and getting so sensitive?
Yo. Hold up. I might say it was gay, but it's 2020.
He said DM me. Not DP me or something.
Right. Let me post my which will come off fast. That's my Instagram. SB. That's the Instagram. And once you get on, let me know. I'll bring you up in the podcast. Appreciate you, bro. But yeah, so we want to talk about the KD in the media.
Talk to me.
You want to talk about that?
Talk about it.
You want to talk about it?
Let's talk about it. He's showing off again.
I'm streaking right now, bro. I was in here
right now.
I was in here working, bro. Pause.
He said, I can't wait. I can't wait till Sunday.
Yeah, man.
Show off these new toys.
Yo, so KD says that the media, meaning Stephen A. Smith, Skip, and Shannon, is bad for the game of basketball.
Club Shay Shay?
Club Shay Shay and Skip, along with Stephen A. And those who didn't play the game of basketball are bad for basketball. What's your thoughts? What's your opinion?
Well, so I guess I must be bad for basketball too because I commentate. I do commentary and play-by-play. So
okay,
I
got you, Kyle.
I guess he feels like if you haven't, you can't really judge anything because you haven't played on this level. So basically what you're saying and all your, your analytics and your stats and everything like that, they're not going to be counted for everything. But it's like this. I mean, this is what these guys get paid to do. Not every day, not every day you're going to have a good day and stuff like that. So it's like, I mean, why KD is going to be battling back and forth with the media, that's going to be a losing battle anyway, because all you have to do is just say something and it's just going to set you off anyway. So they're going to say anything anyway. You're getting paid to play basketball. You're getting paid millions and millions of dollars to play basketball, endorse different products and stuff like that. So yeah, I think they can say whatever they want about him. I mean, it was the same thing with Howard Eskins too. Remember when Howard Eskins used to always say stuff about Iverson?
Oh man,
and stuff like
yeah.
That?
Howard, he ain't waste no time, man.
But at the end of the day, what the ironic part about that is like Howard Eskin and Allen Iverson are like the best of friends.
Cool. Yep.
Yep. But it's just like, you got to have a protagonist, you got to have an antagonist,
Yep.
When when KD is playing good, they give him his props. When KD is playing terrible, they tell him like, yo, he's playing terrible out there.
Look, and that's what I liked. One time I did agree with Stephen A. Smith is when he went on he had to say what he had to say. And that's what he said. He's like, everybody doesn't have to play the game of basketball to be a commentator, but if you study the game of basketball, you can do so. You have your right to your opinion. Everybody has a right to their own opinion. Oh Lord. See, I'm trying to say something, and I just see these. I see this. I see these comments.
Bad for Katie's hair. That's the story. Yeah, it's just like, I mean, there's many times like when I was at Eastern and I was doing like commentary, like for the guys and the girls and stuff like that, and I would tell it like it is, you know, like, oh, not the shot. Like I wouldn't say that's a terrible shot because I don't want to like, you know, hurt anybody's feelings, but I would say not a fan of that shot, or not the shot to take if you're like that early in the shot clock or something like that. I would say stuff like that, but then I was still getting backlash, like, oh, well, you shouldn't have said that because, you know, it kind of hurt my feelings. I'm like, well, it was a shot. It was a bad shot. I mean, what do you want me to say? That's a good shot? Then I'll be lying. I'll be lying to whoever's listening on the live stream and stuff like that. So, you know, so, I mean, media is good and media is bad. It's just a simple fact, but it's their opinions, you know? It's like,
excuse me, I'm sorry.
Bless you. It's allergy season.
Yeah,
it is. But it's just like KD going back and forth with the media is going to be a losing battle anyway. Like you're not going to beat that machine. I'm sorry.
Not at all. And Stephen A. also said that too. He said, KD, I was here before you.
I'm gonna be here,
and I'm gonna be here after you.
I'll be after you.
Me and along with everybody else that's, you know, in this media outlet. So KD has to get over it, but you know, everybody knows how sensitive KD is.
Like I'm afraid to say something to him. Like if I saw him at LA Fitness, I'm afraid to say something to him. Like, man, KD, yeah, you gun it. Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yo, give me my ball, yo. Give me my ball. Give me my ball, man.
Might say seriously though. Charles Barkley said it right. There are those that drive the bus and those that ride the bus. KD is a rider. I mean, nobody likes the fact that him doing the Golden State thing. That's the biggest issue there.
Right.
Everybody mentioned the fact that now that he left, now look where he's at, and he still ain't win anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? After coming off an injury that, you know, I was super magnified by his return and to form in his after the injury. But yeah, KD, he is ultra sensitive, even though that man just loves to hoop, and we know he's a real he'll play basketball all day long, but it's just like little things gets under his skin that you would be like, yo, you know, everybody's not gonna agree with you. You know what I'm saying? You still gonna do what you're gonna do, and you said it yourself. I'm still gonna do what I want to do. It was about what I want to do. Right. So just take the criticism with it, because when you are being praised, I don't hear you flying out the cat with the that's corny, y'all praising. I ain't that good. Like no, KD, you are that good. Yeah, I'm saying you are that good, but you ain't complaining then. So why are you complaining when somebody say something that's you feel as though is a negative towards, you know, yourself or other athletes? Sometimes you speak up for other athletes, but in this particular, a lot of the 90% of the time it's about you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I just was like, you know, that's kind of shocking that he would, not shocking, but it's kind of unfortunate that he would do such a thing, knowing that the media is just going to eat this up, and then now you're still going to be going in. And then KP, I gotta get that take. I gotta get his carry the hell on the John. I gotta get that. I gotta get that carry the hell on.
Yeah,
but
KP, you know, KP,
he
real.
Yeah,
KP is all the way real too.
Kendrick was like, yo, 1 minute me and KD be talking for 2-3 months, then next minute the motherfucker blocked me, so I blocked the motherfucker back.
I blocked him.
Like
back.
I don't give a.
Yeah, because it's like this. It's like, what do you do? It's like. It's just like when we're playing. It's just like when we're playing pickup, or we're playing like on a team in a league or something like that. And people are like, they're like talking and stuff like that. Oh yeah, Larry can't do this. Larry can't do that. Larry can't go left and stuff like that. What do? You step it up. Yeah, you
I got show my ass. Right
there, you go.
Yeah,
you gotta shut them up. You know, and it's just like, I mean, I'll give you an example. I don't mean to be, bigging up my Clippers, but that's pretty a good example because no, listen, seriously now.
No. Can you use another team? I don't use my Pistons. It ain't nothing to use them for.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. No, but seriously though, like remember, like they kept the knock was on Paul George that he couldn't do this, he couldn't do that. They kept calling.
And then when Kawhi left, he been gone for 2 years, but he stepped up during last year's, not this year. Right. It was last year, right? It was this year.
Last year.
21. He stepped up big time on that.
Right.
Oh man. Yo, we got another guest. Mr. SB Talks Sports. Brother. Brother. I appreciate you. Salute.
I told you I was gonna pull up, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I told you we was gonna get you on here, man.
Yeah.
We you know what I'm saying?
I'm at work. I had to play the news real quick. My fault.
Oh, okay.
No problem.
SB's from this great Chi-Town.
Yes, sir.
SB has 100 teams. We must say that.
We're not gonna start.
Kyle, SB has 100 teams.
Is this true, SB?
That's cap. That's big cap. Big cap.
That's big cap.
Okay.
You sure?
Positive.
All right. So you got 6 teams.
I support all the Chicago teams. The only Chicago teams that I'm a fan of is the Bulls and the Blackhawks. And football-wise, my teams is the Chargers, and baseball, my team is the Yankees. But if it's a team in Chicago and they play and win, of course I'm gonna support my team. That's it.
Okay.
I mean, they're from the city. That's why.
So, you said, hold up. You said you support all the teams
in Chicago.
So that's all 4, 5, 6. Y'all got like 7 teams in Chicago, right? 6.
About that.
White Sox,
Bears, Blackhawks,
Bulls,
Sky.
Yeah,
Chicago Sky. Shout out.
And don't y'all got another? Don't Chicago got 2 NFL or not NFL?
No, I wish how these Bears is. We need another team. Trash. They out here.
Oh, my brother on here, so he can hear it from somebody else who's originally from Chi. So that's good for you to say that. I'm glad you agree with us. But
cool, because I mean it's like we're from Philly, and I like the Philadelphia college teams, but as for the actual franchises, no. My team are the Jets, the Maryland Terrapins, the Los Angeles Clippers, and the Kansas City Royals.
And the crazy part about it is, if I want to be honest, I got more love for the Jets than I do the Bears because man,
you know what?
Yo,
hey, to In the Basement with I don't know what Larry did for you last week.
Yo,
I don't know if he gave you the welcome.
Welcome to In the Basement with Next Step, and that's K. But my brother said watch your mouth, SB. My brother said watch your mouth.
Hey, you know them Bears trash.
I gotta lie. Absolutely.
I started back being a fan last year just because they drafted a black quarterback. I was surprised they drafted a black quarterback. I said I gotta support. They did something that we never thought would happen.
Oh man, right. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, man, but we appreciate you jumping on, man, and you can be on as long as you want, as long as you got time.
I'm up to like 3, so I'm good. I just got
okay, cool. Yeah.
So you working on radio?
If I mute my mic, that means I'm hearing what's going on.
Oh, okay. So, you on radio?
Yeah, I run the board. I do media and all that. I do pretty much everything in media.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So, I used to work for the Windy City Bulls too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Says a lot, man. Congratulations, man. It's you in the basement. You fam now, dog.
Oh yeah, for sure. Lock in. We gotta lock in.
Yeah, you gotta send me your Addy so I can see you some apparel. You know what I'm saying? I do my own apparel, so if you need some shit done, holla at me. You know what I'm saying? Your logo, whatever, all that stuff. Yeah. But So we did talk about at the beginning of the show. Marion Barber. Is there anything that you want to say, being as though you're from Chicago, happen to see him play in Chicago? What's your thoughts on Marion Barber's death?
First thing you got to say, because I know we get too caught up at sometimes being fans of the game and just looking at people as football players. We got to pay respect to his family, man. He was a good man. You know what I'm saying? You got to, at the end of the day, just pay respect to the family. That's a lot of things that's been missed in today's world. We don't show a lot of respect. Like, man, I just seen I don't know if y'all seen that viral video about the girl with the mother's ashes and all that. I feel like in today's world we in is like we getting a little bit too disrespectful in life, and sometimes we not really respecting the life or death situation. And then sometimes, especially with players that all you want to do is talk about them as a player, or you know, like even when Kobe died, first thing you want to do is bring up something bad to tarnish their name. Like, nah, bro, just respect
absolutely
and blessings to their family, and that's all you can really do, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Barber family, blessings to them, man.
No doubt. Black psychology. I need K to stop using the Clippers in every example. Hey, SB, K, the Black Psychologist podcast. That's he's a doctor. His name is Kyle. That's my co-host KC's little brother. He's a psychologist as well. But that's who was on the line. That's who was on when you got on last week. Yeah, that's
the Mavericks.
Yeah, and Kyle, I just sent you the link. Let me know if you got it.
I know he probably still in pain, man. You know that.
Kyle, he going back at you. SB going back at you, Kyle. He back. He back at you, Kyle.
You know what?
You better get on here, Kyle. Defend yourself.
One of the reasons why I became a Clippers fan was because one of your guys from Chicago, your man Ken Norman. He was actually like one of my favorite Clippers out there. So
you was a Clipper fan when they was trash?
No, they still trash.
Trash. No,
you said it like things changed.
Oh no, they still trash.
They did change. We're kind of we're recyclable now.
SB, you losing me, man. You losing me, bro.
I mean, the Clippers still. I mean, yes, I agree with you on that. The Clippers still is trash to me.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they went through an alley-oop phase, and then you get two superstars who barely play. They take more time off than the rest.
Listen, this is what I say, SB.
Yesterday's price.
Oh, come on.
You certified.
You know what I'm saying? So you know, I'm stuck in between a rock and a hard place with K because you know that's my brother. Like we grew up together and everything. Very intelligent, but his decisions on teams is just like bad, you know. And some people need that therapy, you know. And I try to get it to them, but it's just like you stuck where you stuck at. You know what I
mean?
Sometimes people like seeing their team lose. Some people. I heard a lot of people like pain, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, tell me how you feel that the Clipper team you got now is not better than the team when Lou Williams was y'all best player.
Ooh. Oh, bring his SB. Let's do it, SB. Let's go.
If I had to take into consideration all of my favorite, Clipper teams and stuff like that, I think we did take a step back when we did get rid of Lou Williams. That was actually one of my favorite playoff teams too, because that was the year when we had no All-Star and we still went to the playoffs, even though we lost to Golden State in 6. But that was the like the 35-point comeback and stuff like that. Then we had the must-win game 3. We beat them. The Lob City phase was great. Even the times when we went to the playoffs in like 06 when we had Elton Brand and all them, that was great too. We had Sam, we had Cat. Shout out to Cat.
Shout out to Cat. That's my bro.
Shout out to Cat. We had the Kobe Stopper, aka Quentin Ross. We had
Who stopped
Violation. SB. This is what we do when you're in the bad. When you say something really, really stupid, you get the mute.
Oh yeah.
He's been muted. But yo, man, I'm glad that you jumped on, bro. This is a relationship that's can be built and enjoy. You in the base of your family, bro. I appreciate you and just to see what you're doing, man. Like that's amazing, man. I like to see that.
I'm trying to get back what they right. What you say to me? I'm trying to get down there, get on the reporter or get on TV. I'm trying to get to ESPN, man.
Okay. Hey, that's what you're supposed to do, man. Shoot for the stars, brother. That's all you gotta do. Shoot for the stars. Create your own media.
Oh, that's why I did my own thing because when the crazy part about it, I know we finna keep going on topic about me, but so when I was starting out, it's crazy because they just stopped doing interns because I was interning up here, but that's how I got up here because my teacher was here, and then he got me a pick. I went to first I was at Chicago State, and then I wanted to go back to school because I accidentally got into this because my girl got tired of me playing the game all night, arguing sports and stuff. She was just like, man, why you don't do it? That's all you do anyway. So I looked into it, and I went to Illinois Media School. I went to trade school, straight to trade school.
Okay.
Mainly because, like, obviously, I could easily do what I'm doing now on my own, but I wanted the back end connections too. Because, like,
Gotcha.
Everybody, we know a lot of people with major platforms and all this talking sports, but ain't nobody on no higher level like that. So I was like, because they all got the connections on the back end. So now I'm like, okay, let me go get the connections and all that, So that's what the teachers came for. So I graduated that, did that. Now, when I left school, I was trying to get a job. Everything was like, we will let to hire you. You very experienced. Like, I could literally do everything from direct, camera work, radio, TV, all that. I could do everything.
Nice.
They'd be like, well, you got the experience. We see you in school. I do everything, but you ain't got no experience. But I was like, how I'm going to get some experience?
If y'all ain't giving me opportunity.
I can't get no experience. So, so that's why I was like, okay, I got this. Put it on my resume. Said, boom, I was in a workstation with the radio, boom, boom, which is also a good thing, too. Because this place used to have the Bulls, because I'm at NBC Tower, which is like NBC, so that's where the Bulls TV station.
Okay.
Lately, bump shoulders to the right person.
Right. You want to unmute K? It's up to you, because he was talking to you when he said that ignorant stuff. Do you want to unmute him?
I mean, it's the truth though about that too.
But do you want to unmute him?
Yeah. He get it.
Okay.
Get that my boy back.
K, you back?
And I got some heavy to say about this KD and the media thing too.
Okay, but that's what I was about to ask you next, because me and K been going back and forth with it. Shoot your shot, brother. What you got to say?
Okay, two sides perspective, because I argue with this one point when Kwame Brown was going crazy.
Hold up. I gotta stop you for a second, man, because your guy is on here now.
Oh, bring him on in.
The Black Psychologist Podcast.
Kyle, what's going on,
the one and only Mr. Kyle Osborne, Dr. Kyle. Dr. Kyle is on here, and we had a big back and forth between the two of them last week.
He was launching shots. He was launching
SB was going. We got on SB pretty bad, especially when he gave us all his teams. Like he just kept talking. We almost had to mute him. Okay, we almost had to mute him because he just kept talking. Like, I like such and such and such and such. We like, damn. This boy got tattoos of the logos of every NFL, NBA team.
Like San Antonio.
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out. Like, listen.
Me and Kyle looking at each other like, yo, is he going to stop talking about all of his teams? He has options.
I'm out here with y'all remember the old NBA jeans with all the logos? Like, I'm out here with them on the
butter.
Yo, listen. Listen, this dude, look, it sounded like he had a team like in every region of the U.S. Like, I was trying to figure out, like he had a contingency plan for the playoffs. Like, no matter who's leaving.
Yo, Kyle, K, me and Kyle was on here like, yo, look, me and Kyle ain't even in the same room. But we looking at the camera like, how many fucking teams do the boy got? Like,
oh, yeah, 14.
14. That boy has, he said like 7, 8. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that joint.
I said I supported Chicago team. They trying to get it.
Not 4,
not 5, not 6. He was on his Brian. Yo. Yo, me and Kyle was sitting there listening like,
I'm not mad at your ambition, bro.
Not at all. He just kept going, and then he was just like,
I'm in the zone, man. I'm in a fucking zone. Would you relax?
We like, damn, you in that much of a zone, brother? You're just going. At the end, we was like, what? But yeah, man.
Okay.
My big bro has something to say to SB trying to get on ESPN, man. And then he come at K and say, KC trying to get on the View.
Go ahead, go get on the View. Go play.
Yo, K, you got something to say to Mike? You want to say something back to Mike?
Nah, Mike can live right now. I got it.
Mike can live? You always so nice. He's so nice. This boy's so nice, Kyle.
Yeah, he is, man.
SB, you ain't. I mean, you just started listening or watching us, but K is very, what you want to call, friendly. He's nice.
What?
He's not somebody you want to have on your team.
Because if you about that, but go ahead.
Oh gosh, he want to go in. You want to go in? You want to speak your mind? You want to tell SB about how very loving you are as a athlete to the opposing team.
Very considerate. That's what he is.
What you do, man?
Like,
listen, that's not what you do.
No, listen, FB. No, I'm a dog. Don't get me wrong. I'm a dog with it. However, if I'm playing against, all right. If I'm going against, if I'm going against like a 75, 80-year-old man or something like that, like I'm not gonna like beat up on him and dominate him and stuff like that. Like, come on, man. Like that's not my thing. You know, it's just like. But what happened was SB.
This is the story, SB. All that shit he just said before then didn't make a goddamn sense. Tell him the story.
Listen, what happened was there was this guy. You know, we play on Sundays, right? And I'm looking at your face, man. But but what happens is, you know.
What happens is
like, you know, we get matched up. So I actually had like, you know, the guy who was sticking me. He was like, you know, in his like late 70s and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So
but he's on the basketball court.
Yeah, but so I let him get a couple buckets. He's getting buckets here, buckets there.
He let him get a couple buckets. I'm narrating in here.
That's not. It wasn't a couple. It wasn't a couple buckets.
Kyle, let him live. Let him live for a second. We're gonna mute him after he finished.
Right. Okay, well I might as well go out in the blaze of glory then. So
do what you gotta do after the shots after the 7-8 shots he got on you.
He gave me like 7 points. The game went to like 9, but he gave me like 7. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So
let's pause this right here.
It's not.
The game went to what?
Price.
The game went to 9.
Game went to 9, bro. He said
he gave him 7.
Listen,
that's like saying that our team played and they scored 100 points and somebody dropped 80 on me. That's ridiculous.
That's exactly what it is.
But go ahead, finish your story. Explain to SB.
All right, so here's what happened, right? So we were asking what the score was, right? Like everybody's like, yo, you know, such and such has like 1, like I scored. The old guy was like this. He got real saucy with it. Like, I got 6. 6 on K.
7.
Like,
7. Let's not change those numbers.
I got 7 on K. I'm just like.
He got the dancing on you.
I was like, oh, okay. I thought
he was Chi-Town stepping on him, bro. He was
listen.
Left, side, up and down, dip and down.
Yeah, you only supposed to give it like 2, maybe two. If you give it 2 that day, like, all right, bro, you can't score no more, bro. That's cool. I gave you 2.
I was letting him roll, SB.
You was letting him roll, right?
I was letting him roll.
So tell him what he said to you the following week when y'all went to play.
What did he say to me the following week?
How you couldn't stop him?
Talking is the problem. Like you shouldn't.
Oh yeah, they were saying like, yo, like. You know, I can't be stopped. Oh yeah, he was like, yeah.
He said I can't be stopped. What?
He's like, I'm 75 years old and I'm out here and y'all still can't stop me. I was like, who are you talking to? I was like, yo, just let him be great, yo. Just let him be great.
He said, who is he talking to? He was talking to K. That's who he was talking to.
Was he talking to me?
He was talking to you directly. He gave you 7 buckets out of 9. Yeah, he wasn't talking to nobody else.
I was gonna just let him be great, man. That's my thing. Sometimes you gotta let people be great, man.
After he said this story, SB, we have to mute him. Number one, because the story just always gets a mute no matter what. What is your take on his sorry ass story?
I just like clear point. I said after he scored twice, you be like, all right, bro, you ain't scoring no more. Cause 7 points, he hooping you at that point. he can't let nobody 70 kill you.
That nigga he Kobe'd him. He Kobe'd him.
You got who bad dude who probably seen Bill Russell play live. Yeah, that's
Yo,
SB. Whenever you step on a court, you know what happens. Like there is no charity. Like when you step on a court, whether you 10 or you 100, like this is you're gonna get that work. Like either you're gonna give out work, you're gonna get this work. Like there's no charity. Like there is no situation where like I'm gonna let you rock and stuff. There's a big difference being like, yo, I'm not gonna beast bull because he's old, as opposed to him. I'm gonna let him beast me. Like if you don't want to score on dude, yeah. Like if you don't want to cook dude, that's cool. Like all right, I'm not gonna go hard. I'm gonna let everybody else do it and everything. I'm not gonna blaze dude because you know what I mean. He old head. I'm not gonna be like yo. I'm gonna just let him blaze me. Right. That's not gonna happen.
Well, Kyle. Wait. Let me be a little bit more specific in the story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're listening.
I guess you guys aren't. Okay, cool. But I'm.
I mean, did it happen though? It happened. Right?
It happened. Listen, most of those shots were struggling to get in anyway. It wasn't like those girls were going.
They were struggling to get in.
They were struggling to get in.
How was they struggling?
Because they were like,
they were
just going up on the rim.
I'm sorry, Kay. He just said they were struggling to go in.
Trying to throw himself some bail. Nobody.
I'm saying.
Not buying.
How can somebody say something? A shot is struggling to go in, and he had 7 of them.
Was it the last game of the day or something? He was just like, yeah.
No, SB. No, SB. They played like 3. They played like 3-4 games.
Did he score like this again the next game?
Let's see. Answer the question.
Huh? What was the question again? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, you just said, huh? You already.
I forgot what the question was. Go ahead. Ask the question again. Go ahead.
Say it again, SB.
I said, how much he scored the next game?
Oh, the next game. Next game he had like 5. But it wasn't on me though.
Hey, you remember that movie? What's the movie with Kane? Hey, this one sound like you need to get. You know, sound like you need to get in the movie Kane. You know you done fucked up, right?
No, you done fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up.
What time that dropped the bottle?
Yeah. I gotta get that one too. That was a good one, SB. I gotta find that soundbite.
30 points on you in the wreck. Boy.
Right.
30 on you.
You know what? To his credit, to be honest with you, to his credit, he actually did play with Dr. J. When he was playing, when he played with the.
Is Doc still playing? What the fuck is he talking about? He said that shit like he's talking like Doc and Elgin Baylor is still available right now. Like, big shit. Rest up, Elgin. Like, what the fuck? Mine said old head went back to the nursing home telling all the nurses how he spanked you.
He probably said, I just got my hip replaced and I'm still dropping 30.
I still got it. That motherfucker just you just said he did play with Doc though.
I mean, he told me he played with Dr. J. and Rucker.
So here's the thing. That would have been even more. That would have been even more of a reason.
Thank you.
For me to get on board, like because now you didn't play at the professional level. Like I don't care how old you are, professional is a professional. So that means even more that I need to be.
Speak your piece.
That's all I'm saying.
Big shout out to the Back Psychologist podcast. Big shout out to my man SB Sports Talk. SB Talk Sports. I'm sorry. But if you watch it, subscribe to the channel. If you're gonna watch later, subscribe to the channel. We're gonna have more dialogue like this all the time, having fun with this, man. My boy SB from the Chi-Town Steppers, the man with 100 teams. He's on here with us, yo. He's always gonna be a privilege to come on here with us whenever he got time. He's big. He's a big dog at NBC and all that other shit.
Nah, I ain't say NBC. I said I'm trying to get over that.
He's a big dog. But since Kyle is here, what did you have to say to Kyle a second ago, man?
Oh yeah. What you said earlier? What you talking about? You like the Mavericks, right? Yeah, they're.
Yeah, they trash.
Yeah. Trash.
Yo!
No, I ain't gonna lie though.
Yo,
how
SB.
I need elaborate on that, bro.
Listen. Chicago and Philly. That's the clash of the Titans when it comes to this murder game. So y'all about to go at it.
But why you don't like the 76ers?
How are we trash?
No, I'm saying
no. Before we get to that, right? Let's get back to that. How are they trash?
Okay, so y'all, besides the last 2 years, y'all got kicked out the first round, right? Okay. And then the next year, y'all made a nice run because of Luka, and all y'all do is ISO. That's why y'all got exposed. And now, if y'all don't get another star, that the play style is not gonna work again. You know that, right?
So let me get this straight, right?
Do you expect Luka gonna carry you to the promised land again like that by himself?
Luka is no, your star player is gonna carry you. You still need other people to step up, but typically is one team has a star and then everybody else, right? Isn't that typically how it works? Mm-hmm. Right. So Luka, we're gonna absolutely ride Luka. Luka's gonna get us there. at the same time, we got to figure out, all right, well, we can't live and die by the 3. We can't be a situation where we going to stand there and we look at Luka do what he's supposed to do. So, yeah, we absolutely going to need more people because that's the reason why we made it to where we got it because you saw Jalen Brunson step up. You saw other players step up. So that's why we were able to get to where we were. Now, even before that, though, like getting to the playoffs, like I'm trying to figure out how does that
it sound like it's about to get personal, SB. He just dug in his bag. Like, let me get comfortable because I'm gonna sit big cake. Let's sit back and just enjoy this ride. I mean, pause. Let's enjoy this ride. Go ahead, shoot your shot.
Is on me now?
No, not that shit. Hold.
I'm just trying to figure out. We made it to we've been to the playoffs 3 straight years. How are we trash?
Oh, you up, SB?
Okay, so was one of them years was y'all a playing team or every year y'all wasn't a playing team? Correct?
No, we were in. No, we weren't.
Y'all was in. Okay, 60 and both times y'all got kicked out the first round. Right? So just the point to say you make the playoffs. I'm just saying, is making the playoffs the standard of a good team?
If you're a young team, yeah. I mean, here's like this, right? How often does a young team? Because Luka is how old? How old is Luka?
Like 20, probably no, like
22, 24,
22, right? So
maybe
24. How many 19, 20-year-olds are actually going to get their team right to the promise to win the chip? Only Magic has done that. So that's an outlier. So it's a situation where you have a young player, and if he's able to get his team solely by himself, at least by the majority, and he gets them to the playoffs, yeah, he's going to get put out. It happens to every star. Correct. Every star that's young. So he has to learn. It's his growing pains. That's just the way it works. So it's progression.
I agree with you on that point, but the problem that stem down to the Mavericks is their play style. We done seen that isolation play style. In the regular season, yeah, he going to average 27, 10, get all the stats. But when the playoff comes, he's going to get shut down. And you know that it's not going to work. And then, I feel like we going to see, though. Y'all pulled like Atlanta Hawks, New York Knicks to me move. Like a lot of teams was out the way. It was easier to get in. So we're gonna see the real test when all the other teams like the Lakers and the Clippers come back. And all the other teams.
You gave sorry, Hart. So SB.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Don't do that.
He said the Lakers. He said Lakers. All right, because Brian. But then he said Clippers. See, SB you got your official first mute. SB. You really just got you gave this boy. No, we don't. No. We can't hear you, SB. No, we can't hear you right now. Get him off mute. Get him off mute, Kyle. All right, I'm gonna let him. All right.
No,
you back?
No. I'm just saying though, I'm not doubting
that this year.
They could get. I ain't doubting they could probably make the playoffs again, especially with the play in. Anything's possible with the play in, So you could probably make playoffs with 30, 40 wins, But what's the use of doing that if you don't get Luka another star and you don't change your play style? Y'all gonna get booted out the first round. Well, you're gonna honestly, that play style is not gonna work. Luka, great. He been playing since he already a Hall of Famer. He been playing since he's 16. If you check his resume, he's already in the basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I know who he is. What I'm saying is this: what you just described is the same thing that every star goes through. Mike was the same situation, dropping 30, 40, whatever. Like every star does the same thing, and they got to get a supporting cast, right? So the same situation where you saying like the Clippers and the Lakers. I don't know if you're paying attention, but the West is changing, bro. Like Phoenix, you got other different teams that are in the way, like the Lakers and as y'all get healthy, of course y'all gonna be in the mix and stuff.
Oh shit!
Thank you, Kyle.
I'm just
both of y'all. Y'all both ignorant.
You know what, Kyle?
Listen,
you know what, Kyle?
But it's a situation. No.
I think we got to mention the Detroit Pistons in this.
No,
because
you'll be in violation. You'll be in violation for saying that. You see, I've said nothing. You said I said nothing. Absolutely nothing.
If the Pistons draft well, you guys might have a chance to get to 10th place.
I'm sorry. I gotta mute you for even trying to give us that credit.
Why we bringing up the Pistons? Why we bringing up the Pistons while we talking about winning? They don't win.
Yeah.
Damn,
wow.
They shouldn't even be close to this conversation.
SB. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it a buck. You can be kicked off of this podcast very fast. I had control. You know, I had this button called control. This how fast that you could be kicked off. Watch this. You see that? That's how fast you could be kicked off. Don't you ever disrespect. I only disrespect us.
Oh, okay, my fault. So when I go down the street and pay the lottery, I'm gonna say, can I get a Pistons ticket? They're gonna be like,
oh shit, he's streaking right now. And you know what? I'm taking all those bullets. Okay, it's not that funny. It's not that funny, K.
Listen, SB, who's your squad? Who's your best?
K,
you with the Bulls. All right. So,
hold on, Kyle. We already. He likes everybody.
I had to make sure.
I'm the Bulls. Stop it with that. Like, the Bulls is my team. Bro. Stop it with that, man. Putting all these teams.
Listen, man. The Mavs, where we are, bro, we are progressing through, bro. Like we are moving through. Like, you saw the growth and such and everything, bro. Like, you know, I don't know if we can associate the word trash with us. I'm just kind of like we're kind of trending in a whole different direction. But you know, so let me ask you this: would you consider Chicago trash then?
He got us on mute because he's doing the show. He thought
I heard it. Yeah, no, he gave it yes though. You would consider? I mean, I wouldn't consider you trash.
This year,
I made it to the play.
Besides this year, yes, we've been terrible.
Overall, you guys are trash. What I'm saying is this year, I wouldn't consider y'all trash. This year, y'all were cool. Y'all moving, y'all learning.
God, that was a good one. That was real slick too. That was real slick. Hold up. Mine said,
consider y'all trash.
Hey, SB. Mine said, ain't Jesse. He mainly saying Jesse, but Juicy Smollett from Chicago. You don't know? He said no. He said no. Go ahead, Kyle. You got
that's all I got. That's all I got.
That's all you got,
bro. That's all I got. I had to kind of, but I know earlier he said he was a little worried how I was feeling because we got kicked out, but. We absolutely made so much progress this year, so I'm good. Like,
yeah, I think you guys are like way ahead of schedule. To be honest with you, I think you guys are ahead of schedule.
Listen, I absolutely would have wanted us to win. We talked about this a little bit a couple weeks ago, Larry. But no, I'm content with us. Actually, we lost to Golden State in 5, and bro, like for us to go from opening round,
gentleman's suite,
then
to a gentleman's suite.
Hey, bro, listen, I wanted it to go a different direction, but
Steph did this to you.
Listen, man, he was doing all this.
Yo,
he was doing the mouthpiece,
and Luka got in his bag too. Don't get it twisted. Don't act like Luka wasn't trying to get in his bag with that.
Get that man some help. That's what y'all need to get that man some help. But the only thing I will give y'all credit for, only thing I'll give y'all credit for is y'all exposed something I've been saying last year that the Suns was frauds. Everybody knew the Suns was frauds, but y'all exposed that.
You said they frauds.
Frauds.
Ooh, that's kind of
frauds is a strong word. I will.
Yes.
I will say
that's very strong.
It's well deserved.
We did expose them, and at the same time, the way CP3 and Devin Booker were playing, that's not really how they typically play. But I'll take it the way it came. Though we did expose them, absolutely. But I'm not gonna call them frauds because for the past couple of years they have been at the top of the West, and that's what I'm saying. Like the West is shifting, bro. Like you got Memphis that's playing who they are. You got Minnesota that's playing who they are. Like
New Orleans.
The only team that I think is gonna be consistent, like New Orleans, yeah. Like as far as like the Lakers and LA, I don't really see, especially not the Lakers. I don't see them being like, oh, well, we'll be back next year because if they have the same roster and even though they got a new coach. If they're not allowing a new coach to actually own the team and do something different, and if they don't get rid of Davis, I see the same thing happen. Like LeBron is LeBron.
I'm not gonna say get rid of Davis. Give me 1 second. We gotta do a little sponsorship thing. The sponsorship for this episode is for Lord DeJoy Catering. You can reach her at 302-608-7961. That's Shariah Scott, my wife, of course. She has her own catering business that she's doing. So if anybody's interested in getting the event catered, shout out to my wife, Shariah Scott, for Lord du Jour Catering. It's always right here. Her number 302-608-7961. Or you can reach her an email, alorddujourcatering@gmail.com.
So get that money.
Hey,
That's
know,
great.
I'm learning it. I'm learning. We learning on the fly, bro.
It takes
That was an
time.
awesome promo.
Yeah. We're gonna have a whole lot of that, man. We're gonna get the SB. We gotta get your logo so we can, pop you up.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Listen, I'm doing this for fun. This is fun for us. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about, the dollars and cents, and it comes with it. But it's just something different for me. This adds to the platform in which I do the things that I do. So it's just giving me some more time to open up vocally. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm trying to get the bag out this. I ain't gonna
listen. If you can pull me along with that bag, I'm willing. I want to be in the bag too, dog.
No, that's right.
Because my man said open a lot bit more. Because I was like, man, I might actually go to radio talk too if I get fat. Because I didn't know they were still making a lot of money.
Yeah,
they still making money.
They still making it. Yeah, they always gonna make it.
They making money.
There's money out here to be getting.
Everybody say radio money did. Shit, it was.
He did.
The host. It don't matter. Y'all just acting on stage. I don't like exposing nobody money. But the host that just left here, he was complaining every day, mad that he left, got fired. He's making $200,000 a year.
I ain't mad at
radio, and his show was. Yeah, his show wasn't doing good at the time, but it's like you could tell because he act like he didn't want to be here. So
listen, I'm trying to get 100. I'm trying to get 100 subscribers first.
Oh yeah, that's gonna count though. It takes,
you know what I'm saying? No doubt. I just need these 100. Let's get to 100. You know what I'm saying? But Kyle, you about to say something, SB?
That's I definitely shared the stream too, bro.
Oh, no doubt. You can share it on your platform as well.
I did.
So while it's on your platform, it's on. All right. But Kyle, we touched on the Marion Barber situation. I don't know if you actually read anything or is there anything that intrigued you that we want to give you an opportunity, being as though you're a doctor, and you always talk about mental health and things like that. Is there anything that you would like to say on the behalf of the situation with Marion Barber?
So from what I understand, the family will be donating his brain for CTE research for the reason that it has come out. I don't know if it's just coming out now. Of course, a lot more information is going to be, coming to the surface or is going to be reported in like these as the ongoing days. They did report that he did experience some mental health issues, I think in the form of depression following his playing days since he had retired or left the league. So they're in the process of ruling things out in regards to like any, chemicals or any substances in the body, any like trauma, any other type of things. I think from where they found him unresponsive. And from what I understand, it looked like he had been there for a while, wherever they had found him. At least that's where some of the reports that are coming out. So this does take place. I'm not going to say, because I don't know all of the details and go off and say that this was some type of situation where it's suicide or anything of that nature. But when you do have situations where you do find someone kind of unresponsive and maybe it's days, sometimes, those are some signs to pay attention to in regards to, people that might have, that tend to isolate or be more reclusive, or it could have been a health issue. It's a lot of different things that go on. And I think the most important part is that people start to realize that, we see these players for the period of time that they're in the limelight or that they're playing for these teams. However, they have lives, man. They have family. Yes. Chunk of their life that takes place even after. And I think the adjustment is something that a lot of people tend to not really take in consideration or look at it because, your investment is only when they're playing.
All right.
These guys, I mean, when they're done playing, I mean, in addition to, the head trauma and other different things that they are exposed to and experience throughout their playing careers, and we're talking about high school, college, professional, adjusting from playing, doing something that you've been doing all your life to all of a sudden you're no longer doing that is a huge undertaking. A lot of people, a lot of players struggle and it's difficult. And I'm not sure like the services that the NFL, if they do provide, if they are a situation where they promote that. I mean, probably, I don't know the league, but I don't think they are, because the league is very much a capitalist. And, when you're no longer able to provide, services or money or income or generate income for them, then they're pretty much going to cash you to the side. So a lot of these players are put into forced retirement, and circumstances change. You're no longer seeing that NFL check. A lot of them do get the pension, but the pension is nowhere near to what you were getting during your playing years. So, a lot of them have families to take care of, and a lot of them have accrued a lot of expenses that are on like an NFL or professional player budget. So it's a lot of situations, and there's a lot of circumstances that these players are faced with when leaving. And it comes into play where their mental health is significantly affected by it. And you don't know. You hear of a lot of players that are trying to start like groups and resources for them.
Right.
But it's difficult, man. And a lot of them, you got to think about it. Like the playing time that we see them is a very short period of time. Like the average playing or career for an NFL player is like 3 to 5 years.
5 years, yeah.
That's being generous. So
especially a running back.
You got to think about it. Right, exactly. And so that's why a lot of them are always fighting for that guaranteed money, because they got to take care of themselves and their families afterwards. But it's a huge undertaking that they go through, and it's a huge adjustment. And a lot of them are facing a lot of emotional and mental health issues. So the family's going to be donating the Marion's brain for CTE research, and we'll see. A lot of times you only see, when you talk about retirement, when you talk about the Tom Brady's and the more notable players, but there have been a lot of players that we liked for a certain period of time, and then you just didn't hear their name anymore because they kind of got phased out the league. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. We'll see how it develops.
Yeah. So, we appreciate you, Dr. Kyle Osborne. That was the Docs Report. That's what we're going to call this when you get your little segment. We're going to call that the Docs Report. And you hit the nail on the head. Because SB, as soon as we started talking, we asked him about the same situation with Marion Barber. He touched on the same thing that you said, like right from the beginning, about we forget that these players' lives, once they get home, we only see them as the athlete. So I thank you for that with the doc report from Dr. Kyle. But like I said, you that brings a lot of attention, and I'm glad that you had the awareness, not the awareness, but the know of what's going on with his brain and things like that so far. And if it's any other details in the later weeks or whatever the case may be, we definitely gonna have the doc report with Dr. Kyle Osborne letting us know what's going on. So that was the doc report with Dr. Kyle Osborne. That was the first one of the year. Of many to come. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have the SB I talk about all of my basketball, football, baseball, hockey, and all those teams as well. You know what I mean? We're going to add everything. We're going to have it all. Everybody get a shot. You get a shot. You get a shot. You know what I'm saying? Yep, most definitely. But, yeah. So, we did mention also when we started talking, big shout out to Corey, my little bro. He's watching. Salute, Corey. Corey said they explained that on the Baller Show. And they did, Corey. That's crazy. I'm glad you said that, because Ballers was one of the shows I love watching too, with The Rock and Denzel Washington's son, and that show was the truth. Like honestly, I was mad when they stopped making it and stuff. But they definitely touched on that big time on that. Yeah, a lot of issues with the mental health thing and such, and injuries and things like that. But Corey, that was a good one. That was real good. I'm glad you said that, bro. But I appreciate you watching. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Of course, y'all know you subscribed already, but make sure y'all like. We need those. We need those likes. We need those likes. Share it. Share it with your friends. Tell them everybody. Everybody chime in. Y'all can be on the podcast with us. I can get up to 10 people on here at one time. So it's nothing but
that's how you know what I'm saying? When I was streaming, I'm gonna start back streaming too. Boy, it be the Lions Den though, man. They be going crazy.
Yeah, so there you go. Let's get it popping. But we start touching on the Kevin Durant versus the media. I'm pretty sure you heard what's going on with him calling out Stephen A. Calling out Stephen A. KD. I mean, Stephen A. Nope, he didn't just say Stephen A. No, he said Skip and Shannon too.
Yeah, but the thing is that Kevin, his Twitter response was like wasn't even in. It was in retaliation to something that Stephen A. said that had nothing to do with him. Like he was talking about like how MJ, how it went from when he
being a team sport,
like a team
to
sport,
individual,
more individualized because they were focusing on him. And then like nowhere was Durant's name mentioned. However, you see that Durant's been waiting to get this off. Like he just needed a reason. So this was really, unprovoked on his part for him to come out and it's like, yo, man, KD, like, bro, like you want to try to control the narrative. That's not going to happen when it comes to the, sports reporting. And it's okay when they're talking about that you dropping 40 or 50 on somebody, but then when it comes to a whole different situation of like, well, players and things like, yo, I don't know if he misconstrued it where he thought like Stephen A was trying to like talk about them getting too much money or too much attention. But like, bro, like, dude, like it really seems like with KD, like, bro, when you're not practicing or you're not playing, like you just don't know what to do with yourself. Like you just have way too much time on your head that you just like I don't know what it is, like, bro, because it had nothing to do with you, like the original segment that he was responding to. So I don't know, man. Like he's trying to control the narrative. He's not gonna be able to do that.
For me, I have two-way side, and I'm not gonna be biased because I'm in the media or my way in that media situation. I got two things to feel about it because I know a lot of people. I even think y'all was even complaining about like, man, KD and Puppy does look. Same thing I would tell you about Marion Barber. He's a person too. He already said he like going on Twitter. Everybody has an opinion. He's free to have his opinion. Talk how you want to talk. Point blank. Period. No matter what we say, you should be this way. No, he not. Because if everybody was the same, Kawhi and my favorite player, Derrick Rose, quiet and boring, we wouldn't care. We wouldn't want to watch. We need that excitement, and we need to interact. Come on now, anybody in the world, if you tweet something and your favorite player responds to it, you'll be happy as hell. Oh, she got a response. So that's like how you complaining that the guy's interacting. That's what you want. That's how the game grows. That's why the WNBA is not where it's at. It's not just to play. They don't promote no players. You can't tell me who the greatest WNBA player. You can't tell me who rival is. They don't respond. They don't nothing. They just complain. That don't work. You need to have that talk. Now with the media side, me being on me, this one thing I hate because on my boy FYF, I don't know if you heard FYF Sports Debates, he had Kwame on and he was talking. That's what Kwame was going through all his crazy woo. And I had to treat him. I said, bro, just as much y'all complain, y'all need the media. Do you know how it got as big as it did? Because
because we pumped it up. That's right.
Without the media, it would not be as big.
Because we're the brand. We're helping your brand.
Yeah.
Putting you, trending you.
What Stephen A said was the dumbest thing ever. And I'm going to tell you why from basketball perspective and a media perspective. Jordan actually helped the game with the media individualized player because the money went through the roof in the 90s. Every shoes, Jordans, players, band jerseys, everything was getting consumed because the media was pushing the player that Jordan was the guy. And then everybody, once you got your seat in your team, you love the star players. The basketball wise, that was stupid because how did the game individualize? And the next era was the greatest era of basketball to me, in my opinion, was the 2000s. From 2000 to 2010, that's the greatest era of basketball, in my opinion. You had teams like the Spurs who played team basketball. You had teams. What?
You said the 2000s was the best basketball?
In my opinion, yes.
In your opinion. All right, you're right. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Well, obviously, we can have that conversation because don't tell me you think the 90s is the best.
Bro.
Are we talking about like team basketball?
Basketball, just the greatest era. I'm asking you, what era of basketball
you said the 90s, though.
No, I'm saying, do you think the 90s is the best era of basketball?
I mean, 80s to 90s, 80 to 90. You talking about the Jordan, Isaiah, you talking about Magic, you talking about Bird, you talking about Adrian Dantley, you talking about Terry Cummings, you talking about James Worth, you talking like
Shot-town stand up.
I think
even Orlando Warriors had his day in Chicago before when MJ came.
I think each era is different, and each era.
Athleticism wise, you're gonna say the 90s is the better because you got to see more aerodynamic plays and things like that that's happening in the 90s.
You can make an episode about this. We debate because it'd be a long debate. Now I kill the
that might be our next podcast, right?
Yeah, the next time you do it, we can do that. I'm gonna destroy the 80s and 90s. I'm gonna destroy it, man. This is a Bulls fan. I'm gonna tell you.
No, but you bring up a good point. You bring up a good point on what you said, especially how the media and the athletes, like, you need each other, right? You need for people to get the exposure for financial, you know what I mean? Like you need each other, and you absolutely need to have somebody that
Kyle let him
go back to the media.
But my point,
Kyle, let him finish. My point
about the basketball side, somebody else can go. The next era right after that, when he said Michael Jordan changed the game, I did last. You had the Spurs, that was a team. Kobe and Shaq, that's a duo. That's not a solo team. What else? Even the Sacramento Kings was good around that time. You go to the East. Who was good in the East around that time? Boston was all right, but that was two people. I'm trying to remember.
Paul Pierce, Antoine Walker,
Jason
Kidd.
Nets were good.
When Tracy McGrady went to the Magic, it was him and Grant Hill. It's nobody.
Tracy McGrady was in Toronto.
The thing that was popularized was the players.
Damon Stoudemire.
But the game wise,
Derek Coleman in New Jersey.
I hate when people do this because it wasn't one person that won nothing. Jordan ain't started winning until he got a team. If you look at who was dominating in the 2000s, was the Spurs and the Lakers. They had a team.
But I think in that aspect, I think Stephen A was talking about the individuality of the money for these people, for these individual players to have brands. I think he was mentioning it in that way. I don't think he was saying it like Michael Jordan messed it up for basketball. He messed it up for the way that players think the game. They think themselves first before thinking team. I think he was talking about as far as the growth in money for individual players because of Michael Jordan got all these players to where they're at right now, and they're taking that. He's taking that aspect, not the fact that the team game is gone. It's just that the individual thinks about themselves first before thinking about anything else. And once they get that check, as we know people are getting overpaid in the NBA. Am I right or wrong, everybody?
Nah, I don't question nobody.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just talking about individual talent. We talking about talent-wise. No. If we look at a talent, let's just say, all right, I don't think Tobias Harris game-wise is worth $40 million. I want you to get all the money you get, right? Mm-hmm. We're not saying I'm never taking no money out of the man's pocket. If you earn it, you earn it. That's why I say Tobias earned what his scale of player was getting at that time.
Then I bounce back with a question like this: at the time, right now we looking at it like he's not worth, but at the time when he got that contract to sign,
it was his worth.
It was his worth.
That was his worth.
He got his worth at the time,
right? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I agree with you on that. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is, after that, getting that check, you look at his statistics. His statistics don't say he deserves that type of money.
He just didn't live up to his contract.
And he never was, because that contract, no matter when he got it, was not going to be worth what his actual worth is. He's getting paid because of the times they had to spend this money. Mm-hmm. He had a talent, but that talent he was already peaked. Tobias is peaked at 20 a game. No matter what, he's never going to be more than 20, maybe 21, 22.
I don't even think he's scoring that no more.
He's at 18. But at 18 to 20 points a game, you're thinking 15, 16, maybe 18 million a year. He's getting 40. But that he's getting paid because of the time in which his talent at the time for that particular time and his check, he deserved that check. But if you look at his statistics, you're saying at 18 to 20 points a game, I'm not paying you $40 million.
Yeah, but it's just that they at the time they made it. They rather say they had him over Jimmy. They they thought his numbers gonna go high since he's gonna actually be the third option instead of the fourth option. They just made a bad investment.
Well, here's the thing. Also, I mean, with that, the dynamic of the team changed too, right?
Right.
You had when he got that contract, it was a different situation with Ben Simmons. A different situation. Mm-hmm. This is prior to Harden coming in, and so
because Ben Simmons was still in his rookie contract,
right? So
and B was still in his rookie contract,
right. So things changed.
And JB was the only one they had to pay.
Well, they should have paid. The whole thing with Mike, right? With that whole situation. With Mike, the league is the one that decided to make him more individualized. Like, okay, he was getting all right with Nike and Gatorade and so on and so forth, but the individualities aspect came when they started introducing him as far as promotion wise. Oh, the Lakers are playing Mike in the Bulls, right?
Mike in the Bulls.
Mike is not saying right. It was a situation where they started putting the players in addition
the brain.
to the team.
The brain.
Right? It's the brain. It's like, but see, the league did this. So the league was like, who can we market? Who's going to be that guy? All right, Magic has been doing it for cool, but this guy is taking it to a whole nother level, right? He's got the image. He's got all. He comes from the North Carolina pedigree and all. So they started doing it. Even with the so they started doing the end. Mike wasn't just like I mean, of course, we knew Mike was the man on the team, but as far as promotion, they knew, and just like how it was, and they talk about it back in the early '80s, like the league was drowning. The league was not a good place.
Yeah, they was looking for it. They were looking for the next big thing.
They were looking for. So outside of Larry and Magic, when Mike came along, it's like, oh, well, this is the guy right here. Like he's got everything. He's checking the boxes. I mean, it was very clear when the Dream Team came in. Who did they call first? They called Mike, and Mike was like, yeah, you know what? See who y'all get. Then hit me back.
Hey, I just want to know.
They gave Mike that power.
I just want to know. When you had an episode about debating the greatest era,
well,
clip this part. No, clip that part. When y'all disagreed when he said, yeah, the league was kind of trash, it was dying. It was just Magic and Bird, but that's the greatest era, though. Remember y'all just
what I was saying is the talent level as far as teams. When we talk about teams, 90s became individual players.
So how that's the greatest era?
Because of the team aspect of the game.
You just said it didn't have teams. Yeah, but I just want to know that y'all said that. I just want you to know.
No. Okay. So are you saying like in the greatest era, like as far as team basketball? So there's got to hold on. So my question is you, SB. Here's the thing: are you saying it's the greatest era because of talent level or team play? Because there's a difference.
Both.
I have to beg to differ. Kyle, hold on, SB. Hold on, let K didn't say anything. Let that K say.
No, thank you.
Shoot your shot, bro. Shoot your shot.
Yeah, I would say like an individual and team. I would definitely say the 90s because every team in the 90s had a superstar. Every team, even the bad team, had a superstar. Like, in regards to like the 2000, it was more or less, and then there was more loyalty because people were actually staying with teams, except for a chosen few. But in 2000, I mean, I'm not gonna say because 2000 was super talented too, because that was like during like the Steve Francis era and everything like that, and he was out there boogieing and everything. But I think it was more individual. I think it was starting to be a little bit more individual come 2000, with the exception of a few teams of like the San Antonio. Like the Lakers and some of the other teams back there. Sacramento was another one.
Bron got drafted in 2003, right?
Most definitely.
So, yeah. It's bad. I said 2000 to 2010. That's a lot of talent that been through that pool. You don't understand that,
definitely. Right? But did they
stay? Talent between 90 and 2000.
I was 96.
I was 96.
Steph,
they say that's the best draft ever.
But you said when we say era, you going 80 to 89. Then you going 90 to 99.
Overlap.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
because you got Mike in
2009. That's perfectly fine.
2000 to 2009.
Yes, that's still the greatest era of basketball. Prime Kobe, prime Shaq, prime LeBron, prime Duncan, prime KG, prime Ray Allen, prime C Webb, prime
Stojakovic, J. Will,
prime Chris Paul.
Now I'm with you on that, but at the same time, we're going to talk about people in their prime. You got to also look at like the 90s because you got prime Mike, you got prime who else in there? You got Shaq just coming. You got
prime
Grant Hill. You got Anthony.
GH.
You got Patrick Ewing. You got
Jason
Reggie,
Kidd.
You got
Big
Kid.
Shit, even Jamal Tinsley had some.
You got Karl Malone. You got Stockton. You got. You see what I mean? Like you got a lot of those. And pick anybody off the Dream Team. They was in their prime in the 90s.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I mean, and then also SB. I'll piggyback off of that, Kyle. You also had some of the players who weren't like the notable players. Like you still had a prime Kenny Anderson. You still had a prime Derek Coleman. You still had a prime Gary Payton and Sean Kemp.
So
the great Mitch Richmond.
This what I'm doing, right? I'm looking at the 90s. The roster, well, not all the rosters. Let me see if they give me the rosters. All right, so I'm looking at the 90-91 Bulls. So you got Of course, we know Mike. We already know, Pippen. Outside of that, there was really nobody, right?
There's nobody besides.
Right. So hold up.
Other team wise.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to the next team. Then the next team is. Hold up. We at Portland. So now we got
Clyde.
So we got Clyde.
You got the shake.
Jerome Kersey, because Jerome was a problem.
Who?
Kersey was a problem, dog. Kersey used to get buckets.
Listen, man.
Would you throw Uncle Cliffy in there?
Dog, they had Buck Williams there too.
Thunder Dan. You might as well say Thunder fucking Dan. Yeah, come on.
No,
man.
what I'm saying.
Listen, role player.
I mean, actually, even back then, like the '90s Golden State teams, even though they didn't win a whole lot in the '90s, but they were a problem too.
Yeah, because you talk about Mitch Richmond and Three Hardaway, Tim Hardaway, Mitch Richmond, Chris Mullin. But all right, so we go to Lakers.
I'm a Bulls fan. I'm be real. The Bulls didn't have no challenge at all in the '90s at all.
Yo,
this
was.
What do you mean they didn't have a challenge?
Nobody was a challenge for them. He said his toughest competition was Reggie Miller, and the Pacers was trash.
The Pacers. He can sit there and say that because look, Mike said SB, you know full well. Mike said, look, bro.
You saying the Knicks was trash too?
Well, then Mike was an asshole. Like you know full well. Like Mike's not.
You said Knicks was trash.
You know full well.
Corey, that's a good one, Corey. Corey, that's a good one.
Like
that's right.
Listen, they have.
That's a good one, Corey.
But I mean,
you talking about Larry Johnson, though? You can say Larry Johnson.
Like that.
You can say.
Yeah, Mike's not going to lose against anybody, but he's going to get work.
Nah, I don't think.
Now I agree with you, bro. Listen, bro. Like I agree with you. Like '96 was the best draft. Not everybody that was in their prime was in the 2000s. So I totally I hear what you're saying. But as far as like team basketball and talent wise, I'm gonna go more than because the '90s, as far as like you had like legit tough teams, and people were staying there longer. Like people were getting like you had a string of players that were getting to the playoffs year after year after year. Like the Knicks were always in contention. Reggie and them were always in contention, man.
Yo, this is with the '90s Dallas Mavericks roster, yo. Rolando Blackman, Alex English, Derek Harper, Fat Lever, Rodney McCray. Who else? And Herb Williams.
Wow, that's the '90s.
That was '90s. That was 90.
Now compared to the Mavericks in the 2000s.
Hold up.
You either go Kid or which one would you want to go with Dirk too?
You know what? That '90s Mavericks.
Dirk was my guy. Listen, I agree with you. Listen, with Dirk, we had teams that we weren't. Of course, we were better because Dirk. We had Mike Finley. You had we are absolutely way further along than we were in the '90s. But see, you got to also look at outside of Jason Kidd and Jimmy Mashburn and Jimmy Jackson, which was a good team.
That was a monster.
I mean, that was a monster team.
That was a great big three.
That was a great. So you
just mentioning
look at the playoffs. Like, look, all of those players and stuff that you saw on the Dream Team, they were also in the playoffs every single year with those teams. Right, so it was a situation where you had I think teams as a full were plus talent level, bro. Listen, man. Look, you had a lot of teams you had people in the 2000s jumping in and out of different teams because they was trying to get their money. They was trying to do
Cleveland roster for the '90s. Had Chucky Brown, Brad Daugherty. You don't know Chucky? You still young.
No, I'm just.
Brad Daugherty, Craig Elo, Danny Ferry. Elo used to hit bad, even though he was Michael Jordan's puppet. Elo was getting buckets.
Cavs never had a chance.
Danny Ferry,
Dirty Danny,
Steve Kerr. He played on the Larry Nance, Mark Price, and Hot Rod Williams.
Respect Mark.
Ooh, hot plate.
That was their '90 roster.
So
coming
also,
off the bench,
hey
Larry, was Tyrone Corbin on that?
No, he wasn't on that roster.
I'd take the LeBron Cavs that went to the finals over that team.
Tyrone Corbin, he probably was in Utah or Atlanta, something like that.
Who else on that team? It was LeBron teams when he was going to the championship. His first run with the Cleveland, it was just him, right? It was
and I would take that team. I would take that team over the '90s Cavs.
So it's the same situation.
Hell yeah.
It's the same situation with AI. Like, yo, like AI is who he is, but you know full well AI they only had that run that 1 year. They would get.
I respect you, SB, but that's a tough pill to swallow with that one.
That is.
No, look, I just
like because SB. I'm looking at the matchup right now. I'm looking at like the only mismatch that you got to watch with LeBron. But
ain't nobody gonna stay in front of Mark Price.
Master of the splitting the pick and roll too.
Verjao or what's the other big boy they had?
Booby Gibson gonna be cooking Steve Kerr.
Well, Steve Kerr's not gonna get any time.
Yo,
but no, I didn't want to make it there. But like, if we do a show on this,
we can put that together, and we add a couple more people on here.
Absolutely.
That'd be a good show. But we don't want to waste it. Let's not waste it. Let's move on. Let's move on.
When I ain't at work, I can get in my bag.
We gotta have this boy studying now.
I already got it. I'd argue between people on other channels about this already. I'd argue too many old heads already about this.
All right, so up next we're gonna sit there and we're gonna touch on HBCU and Coach Prime JSU. You know what I mean? Coach Prime is out here getting major players, man. He's done put the what they call it, the top five, what they call the what's that?
5-star?
Not 5-star, but the what they call the individual, the top teams in it.
Oh no,
the top college Power 5. Power 5. Yeah. He done put them on notice, big time.
Yeah.
He just got a transfer from Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
A defensive lineman, a Power 5 team, conference.
Mm-hmm.
When I say he just got a 4-star receiver,
what's his name too? Yeah, they also got an assistant coach from a D1, I think from Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
So like he's stacking up, not even just with players, but even with his coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Saban says, like allegedly Jackson State bought players. Who I think another college said that too. I think Texas A&M were saying that Deion was buying players, but my question is like, what's the difference, between the NIL and what the colleges have been doing for years in the SEC and the Pac-10 and the Big 12 and stuff like that, Because to be honest with you, if they weren't buying players, they were definitely getting improper benefits or something like that. Somebody was getting their mortgage paid, somebody was getting their car note paid, or somebody was getting a free car from a fan of the program, a booster or whatever the case may be. I remember we did an interview with Tracy McGrady. He said the same exact thing. He's like, the only thing keeping me from going to the pros, from going to college, is that if I had that NIL and I was going to Kentucky, he's like, yeah, I would have went, did like maybe 2 years there, because like when he on his recruiting trip, he's like, guys were just like paid, they had cars, they had navigators, they had all that good stuff. So the only thing is, like, Coach Prime is following the rules. He's like, I can use my NIL as a leverage, so this is what I'm going to do. I think Saban and the rest of these other colleges, these Power 5 conferences, are getting salty because now the playing field is starting to get level now.
Mm-hmm. And they're getting transfers. And you would think these Power 5 schools, they would go in like he said, why wouldn't our kids want to play for our schools? So now you're getting a lot of these kids that's transferring. Instead of going from Tennessee to UNLV, they going to the HBCUs, and they got 2 years available. And not only the HBCUs, even though Deion is being on is getting a lot of these players, but he's also letting them know that there's other schools that we can also get y'all in, or y'all be willing to go there if they make these improvements there. And a couple of the kids went to one went to Grambling. And it's another school when a big time recruit went there, because Deion can't have but so many kids. He can't only preach that to, so he's not going to over recruit a position. You see what I'm saying? That's the good thing about Prime. Like, he's going to tell you, his son is playing starting quarterback. He still recruited a quarterback, but he ain't going to recruit another quarterback.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So his other son is playing cornerback. Is a starting corner.
He's at the 5-star corner.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So it's not like he's gonna be like, all right, shit, I can get another cornerback after that. Like he's not doing that. He's like, yo, listen, the other HBCUs can use some of y'all. Deion just did his own camp now. He just started another camp.
You know,
Prime
Coach
camp.
Prime, Coach Prime, that Deion Sanders, he sells himself with that. Like,
listen,
if I was an up and coming cornerback playing for the great Deion Sanders, you know how much experience I'm getting from that. Little different secrets and tidbits of information I'm getting.
No,
listen,
stuff
like that.
He got Travis Hunter, 5-star, Kevin Coleman, 4-star, Quadrius Davis, a wide receiver, 4-star. Those two are Kevin Coleman and Quadrius Davis are 4-star receivers. Katron Evans, a defensive lineman, 4-star. I think is that the one from Tennessee? No, somebody else. Dajay Warren, 4-star. Trayvon Rucker, 4-star. Javante Gardner, 3-star. Tavian Beasley, 3-star. That's not even including his transfers.
Yo, you know who Coach Prime is right now, Larry, and everybody on here. Coach Deion Sanders he's like Coach Petey off of Blue Chips. You remember when they tried to remember when they signed when they tried to get Ricky when they got Ricky. He was like, you know, all the coaches were just sitting there at the parade, but like Coach Petey was driving the car, like you know, just looking at him like, hey man, you better get on. You know?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How I wanted to start it off. What I gotta say about the topic? I want to start it off a certain way because you gonna try to learn. Like, see, I told you got a lot of teams.
Go ahead, I got you. Shoot your shot, bro.
I'm a big fan of Alabama. Let me live. Nick Saban is respected, one of the greatest coaches of all time, but I think he was definitely out of line for even coming at them that way with the Jackson situation because all the NIL did with this, all the players get money is even the playing field because so many wide receivers, especially wide receivers, all of them live in California on the West. They love living out sunny. Anybody in that great man knowing that if you live in the West, hot all the time, nobody finna go down south, but you have to because that's where all the schools are where popular. Now, I can make my money. I'm gonna stay at the crib.
Stay home.
I see. I go to HBCU. I could go to where it's a football coach where they got a lot of attention on them. That's where Coach Prime, one of the greatest football players of all time, get a lot of knowledge from him and get exposure to play. I'm gone. That's the only thing Alabama mad about it is that that's gonna be playing for gonna be even. You gotta think about all the people in Alabama done had.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That kills me about Saban. Like, how can you be mad and you've been getting all the top recruits? How you think the other schools feel?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Right. I ain't doubting Saban a good coach. I think he's a great coach, but you gonna have to start. You gonna have to really coach now. That talent, you gonna have to coach now.
He gonna have to recruit too. Now you gonna have to really recruit.
What you gonna say? Check his records. See why a lot of people don't want to coach under him no more. He threw the tape out there. Like, all right, now it's gonna be some kind of investigation eventually. Like after all this,
I'm Alabama.
I'm just walking in there. Yeah, I got my hat on. That's it.
You a favor, bro.
Exactly.
He done had 5 stars. Sit behind 5 stars. Right at the bench, bro. That's how I know Alabama had it.
Yeah, see, that's another one of his teams, y'all. But
Alabama. That's why I said let me live. That's why I want to say it. That's why I said let me live. But but that's why I was like, so now it's just like you can't come out and name drop because let's not act like before this was legal.
You wasn't doing what you were doing.
If they didn't pay you, why you think Rick Pitino here got fired in? You know what he was doing to get players to recruit. Come on, man. We gotta be real. We know how to. You think if Nick Saban really wanted a couple players, don't get me wrong, you get everybody you want. He probably started getting a little too saucy because now Alabama was so they was on like some Suge Knight level type. When they came on, right? They hit it in the chokehold.
Like, nobody was committing until they seen that. If you was a big recruit, if you ain't get that Alabama letter yet, you just gonna wait. I'm not committing yet. I'm not committing yet.
So that was like I guarantee he got to a point where he didn't have to recruit or he didn't have to do all the extra tasks no more because Alabama he was so strong. Because if you go for Alabama and you play and you start 9 times out of 10 you going to the league.
You're going to the league.
You're going to the league. It's a shot. That's a ticket.
What you about to say, Kyle?
And see, that's the thing. I mean, Deion was right in the sense that, like, he wasn't even talking to me. He was really talking to his boosters. Because he's like, yo, money's being thrown out.
Of course, stupid.
Yeah, because he's like, listen, he was going off he was going off like in this little small venue that he didn't think that it would blow up the way it was. Like, cause you got to look at when he does like these little things. Like he was sitting in front of, it was like a real intimate setting, and he's sitting there talking to people. So he's like, yeah, this team is giving out this money. Jackson State gave out $1 million. Like, no, he's talking to his boosters because he's like, yo, you're getting money with the NIL. You gotta do something. Like you gotta offer them more money so they want to stay here with us because we're losing them. Like you said, the playing field has been leveled.
The
now
problem,
it's a situation where you know what, I can't just we can't just expect them to want to come here because like you said, they can be comfortable wherever region that they're at, and also they can get stamped other places. Like they got Dion. Like they know before you had to get that Saban stamp of approval, right? Like he's coming from Alabama, and Saban says he's a good guy, he's a good player, you can work with him. Cool. You also got Dion. Now you got these other players that are just like, that have become coaches who be like, yeah, you know what? This guy's going to be a good professional. So now he's like, yo, he's talking to his boosters like, yo, I need you guys to spend more money to get these players to come here.
Yes.
The problem he run into with that, is you talking about Texas. No state has more money than Texas, yo.
Absolutely.
That's oil heaven. That's Jerry's world.
That's a football state.
That's a football
state. Yeah, that's a football state. I mean,
you see what I'm saying?
About basketball,
like all football. Nick, you didn't rub the wrong state the wrong way. You know what I mean? You rubbed them to the point where now all those kids that you was getting out of Texas, those football players, they like, I'm good. I'm gonna stay here. I'll go to Oklahoma. You see what I'm saying?
Is the transfer portal is that still open too?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's closed yet. For football, I'm not sure if it's closed yet. No, the transfer because Deion just got the defensive lineman from Tennessee last week.
Yo, man, because that transfer portal, man, that's been opening for college basketball and college football, man. That's like the wild, wild west, man.
But it's bad. But it's bad for high school players coming out.
Yeah, true.
You see what I'm saying? These schools are going to go with the seasoned player before they go with the non-seasoned player. If you're not a 5-star, that's what it hurts.
Different, yeah.
And basketball is definitely
it's whatever.
It's like
you can
just play AAU.
Exactly, it's very much AAU. So now all these players that probably had potential are not getting the opportunity because of this transfer portal to let this senior be a senior again. Let this junior get an extra junior year. So now you got 2 years left because of that COVID year. Everybody got to take advantage that was in school, take advantage of that extra year. So they're in school for 5 to 6 years of eligibility. Not just 5 to 6 years. You have 5 to 6 years of eligibility.
Yeah.
But
though,
all thing I say is good about the transfer portal though when perfect example. Alabama, this is how you know Alabama was stacked. 2 starting
Alabama. He almost like you with this goddamn Clippers talk. But go ahead.
2 starting quarterbacks in the league was behind each other in Alabama.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts and Tua.
Yeah.
So now it'd be like situation now is like, okay, I know I'm good enough to play, but you want to go with this guy? Let me just go ahead and transfer. I go somewhere else to start.
And they hate that because he had people that's transferring now.
Yeah,
he got people that's transferring now, and now that they getting that NIL money. They're leaving Alabama with that name already because you signed to Alabama. You can play.
Yep.
So now he's losing some of his players.
Imagine you were just think of another little school. I'm trying to think of.
Yeah, please do.
Say like you said, I'm not a fan of the team. Chill. But say like you was like UNLV or something, right? Or North Carolina football team. And you forget somebody from Alabama, they're gonna make the headlines. Ex-Alabama player go to North Carolina. Yep.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. But big up to Coach Prime and Jackson State for what they're doing for the HBCUs in general.
I thought it was funny, Larry, that Nick was like, he said, he was like, oh yeah, he said they gave him $1 million. I'm like, bro, as an HBCU grad, like, bro, there's no HBCU that has $1 million.
Exactly.
You know what? It felt good to hear, even though I didn't really want to hear Travis Hunter respond to that, but I'm glad he did because it gave awareness to other players. This is how Nick Saban feel about us. If we don't go to him. And I'm a 5-star number 1 recruit in my class. I dissed him, so now he gonna try to diss us. He ain't diss me, he diss us. So by him saying, "Yo, my mom's still in a 3-bedroom apartment with 5 kids," like, where I get $1 million? Deion don't get paid from Jackson State. Deion gets paid off of tickets and stuff. That's how they paying Deion. He's not getting a salary.
Right.
He's getting paid off of tickets and all the other stuff he got going on down there from the school. That's how he gets paid. But he's even putting money into other schools, and he's not even coaching there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Deion changing the game.
He's changing it big time.
Sharing the love, man. Sharing the love.
I ain't gonna lie. It'd be scary. I ain't gonna lie. It'd be scary to see how Deion team is once he gets to that point and start having that money like that. Because he's gonna get to that point. How he moving. His team's gonna be scary.
Because now Steph Curry then did for was that Hampton or something like that. He done paid for their golf thing. You see, Chris Paul is heavy into the black college thing now. LeBron, eventually, a lot of these big star basketball player individuals and football player individuals going to pick up on that and start. All of a sudden, they're going to start getting that money. All they needed. I'm honestly going to say this. I don't know if anybody else probably said it. They need to have an HBCU network.
That'd be smart.
Where these teams are getting that spotlight. If it ain't on the mainstream with ABC and all this other stuff, at least they're being seen. The problem is that these kids are not being seen. That's why Deion getting the football game, Jackson State, and I forgot who they playing on ESPN.
Yeah, they played against.
That's gonna be the.
I gotta credit you, bro. Now that's
my man Eddie George. They played against Eddie George squad.
Yeah, because Eddie George is head coach somewhere. So if you get these people, get these billionaires who like the black guy that's trying to buy NBC or something like that. Not Bill Cosby, but the other guy who's buying all the TV networks that he's suing them and whatever.
Oh, John.
Him. Get him to create this network for the HBCUs. Basketball, football. He can.
He can do it. I mean,
he can
do it because he did it for BET, but like BET is not a sports based.
Exactly. But the thing is, once you put it out there to the market, to these families, these African American families who had these kids that's talented, that's coming from nothing, and some of them are in the mid-level home and have household, whatever the case may be. But once you start giving them that spotlight to see, listen, you don't have to make it to the game, but we definitely gonna have. It ain't gonna be on. You gotta go URL. Listen, no, we got a channel.
No, yeah,
you're gonna get the same spotlight. Just go to this channel.
Go to ESPN.
A lot of these kids that start having better intellect about what the decision is going to be. But if you don't do that, they're still going to be like that. I gotta type. What's the URL? It ain't coming up. The link ain't working. They don't want to hear that. You see what I'm saying? But Corey says, what happened to the 5-star basketball player that went to the HBCU? Corey, you drunk? But Maker, he's going to.
That was the one with Howard, right?
Howard, yeah, and I thought he was overrated anyway. He was overrated before in the what you call, but he got a tryout with the Washington Wizards. He had to try out with the Washington Wizards for the pre-draft.
The thing
I just saw that yesterday.
I get the concept of like, hey, get a top recruit that can go to an HBCU, but it also has to be the right system. Like, if they're just going to any HBCU and they don't have like a good coaching staff there, they don't have like a good situation or setup, it's not going to work out for that particular player. Like, I understand the concept of like, all right, let's get our players in those schools, but the school has to be right. Like, you can't just drop them into any HBCU.
Yep. Exactly.
You can't like Grambling,
decent basketball team. Yeah, like you can't just throw them in there because it's not going to work out.
Coppin State or something like that.
Yeah.
All right.
If you got a team that's used to like running the if they're used to getting to the MEAC, representing the MEAC in the tournament, and they got like a good basketball system. All right, that works out better. But you can't just drop them off and like, yo, I got this top 5 player and we send them off to Lincoln. Like, no, that's not gonna work. Like,
because he's not gonna flourish in that system. Speaking of, you said tryouts and whatnot. Speaking of which, I just want to shout out
Fats Russell. I saw him over at Portland.
Yeah, I saw.
I saw Fats over there working out for Portland. my youngin?
The Pelicans had draft workouts for Isaiah Brockington.
Isaiah, yeah.
Yep.
Nephew.
Scottie Pippen Jr., I think Darius Dees, Dominic Barlow, and shout out to my man Ryan Gomes too, because I think he was the AAU coach. And Javon Freeman Liberty. So good luck to all you guys.
Good luck. Yeah.
Watching you guys. Yeah.
Most definitely.
So,
I think the league gonna be in good hands too in the future. I know because everybody, especially them Bron fans, they crying playoff boring. LeBron. I said, bro, y'all just don't watch. Y'all don't watch. Do y'all watch anything else besides LeBron, bro? If you really pay attention to the league, it's coming to egg. This
I love it because it's mixing. It's mixing.
Yeah.
It's not. All right, we already know who's going to do this. We're going to do that. And then even this year, even with Dallas being in the position that they was to beat Phoenix, it gave you that that oh shit moment.
Yeah, they could be beat.
Even with Dallas being in the position they was, the gentleman sweep.
Yeah.
I mean, I respect it. I respect what y'all did. I talk bullshit because it's you now. I know that's your team.
SB. You want to get muted?
Hey, look,
don't go back on your word. Don't go back on your word, bro. Don't go back on your word.
What's up, man?
It's still Kyle at the end of the day. He's still Kyle. He's still Doc Kyle.
Man,
but
we know Dallas is on the rise. That's it.
All right. Now let's get to the business.
Oh, the elephant in the room.
Let's get to the business. Let's get to the business.
Let's do it.
Game 1. We can start off with game 1 before we give our predictions for game 2. You know what I'm saying?
You want me to run it down for you?
Okay, is that logo, that image too big for your picture, or is that cool?
I can see me. I know I'm handsome. I can see me.
Mute you for a second.
There you go.
We gonna mute him? Do we agree?
Wait,
do we agree?
Just let him rock. Let him rock. Just let him rock.
Now y'all nice guy. That's really little brother right there. I swear to God.
I'm trying to act like how he act on the basketball court. So I'm being nice.
Oh shit! Yeah! Yes! Let's go. Let's go.
The NBA
All right,
Finals
go ahead,
game
Kay.
1.
What's up?
No doubt. The NBA Finals game 1, was some people say it's a fluke, some people say it's a shocker. Boston came out with the win, 120-108. Al Horford killed them with 26 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 9 for 12, field goals, 6 for 8 from the 3-point line. I think his birthday was over this weekend. Happy birthday, Al Horford.
Happy birthday.
Jaylen Brown was definitely representing. He had 24 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Derek White was killing it in the fourth quarter with 21 points, 1 rebound and 6 assists. Marcus Smart came in with 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Now, for Golden State, you have Stephen Curry, who had 34, which was going to happen. 34 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Andrew Wiggins had 20 points and 5 rebounds, and after that, it was pretty much a drop-off because then you had Klay Thompson with 15 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. Then also you have Draymond with a Rodman-like 4 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists. Other notables, I would say Jason Tatum had 12 points, but with those 12 points, he had like 13 assists and 5 rebounds. And yeah, I mean, if you want to run down the field goal percentage, I mean, Boston shot 51% from the field. Same thing. They also shot 51% from three-point land. So anytime you're shooting like over 50% from three-point land, you're probably going to end up winning. They cut down on the turnovers. They had like 33 assists, 32 rebounds as a team. Offensive rebounds, I think they had like 7, 6 blocks, 7 steals, 13 fouls. I mean, all that other good stuff. But and then with Golden State, they shot 44%, from the field. 3-point percentage, they shot 44%, which is still good. From the line, they shot like 73%. They had 14 turnovers to 24 assists. So, I think that played a part too. Also, they were getting killed in the boards. They only had like 27 boards. And, also they got outscored in the fourth quarter, like 40-16. So with that, I think
hold on. This is why I love my bro, man. Because I don't have all that time to write down and take down all that knowledge. But I gotta give you your flowers, bro. This is why I love you, man. Because those little things like that, I would have gave you like maybe a couple points or whatever, and I would have got right in the topic. Bro, you goes you gets to it. And I appreciate you so much for that, man, because I'm
trying to stay relevant, man. I'm just trying to stay relevant.
Listen, bro. I'm just got to say it. I had to say it. I had to put it out there. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. But I got a question for you guys. Like,
shoot it
out to you guys. How come, with the win and everything like that? Because it's like, oh well, Boston should have won because they're gonna go, 4-2. How come no one's giving Boston their flowers? Why is that?
No, you know what? I don't. SB, you go ahead. I'm a piggyback.
For me, I thought with a couple people that I done heard, they was giving Boston the flower because Boston exposed them defensively, and I said coming into this game that this game one is a must win for Boston. Celtics had all that time off, they rusted, they're gonna get tired fast, and this for a young team with no experience in the finals, they will give these guys so much confidence to come right in Golden State game one and punch them in their face and say, this ain't that. We coming here to play. They was in front of every shot Golden State shot in the first half. Steph Curry went off the second quarter, had a bagel. The other guys showed up. Everybody who don't understand the game of basketball saying Jason Tatum had a bad game. He did not have a bad game.
No, not at all.
12-13 is not bad, yo.
And he was a plus 16 on the plus minus. He had 13 assists. He was playing great defense.
Look at SB.
I knew this, man. They don't say talk sports for that.
Listen.
Yo, you know what, SB?
That was a good take there. I like that. I don't think SB was finished.
No, he was. Listen. No. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Oh, you know what? Also, SB, what I peeped in that game too. Like they were playing like a lot of drop coverage, but if you notice when they were playing that drop coverage on Golden State, they were switching everything. Anything that came out, they were switching here, there. I'm out here, and they weren't getting beat. I mean, they were getting beat off the three like in the first quarter, but that was pretty much it.
Yeah, and I think Steve Kerr did a bad adjustment because I'm not gonna lie, you gonna live with him not shooting the ball, keep breaking everything else, but you cannot play Draymond and Iguodala together if they're not gonna shoot the ball. What you out there for?
Yeah.
Like clutch moments, Draymond open in the corner. Pass to Iguodala, he don't shoot. Draymond again, the next play open. Don't shoot it. What are you out here for?
And or they pass it to each other.
Nobody no more.
Or they pass it to each other.
Yeah, you shoot it.
They made it too easy to guard. And that's what if Draymond Green don't stop all that crying, I shoot when I need to shoot. That's not gonna work this series because this team is the best defensive team in the league. If you making it that much easier to blitz Steph Curry and put it because now they exposed Jordan Poole that all you gotta do put a body on him, he can't hoop. He too small. He too triple. And Clay ain't gonna hoop into game 6. That's Clay a dog, but he ain't gonna
it might be too late.
Go ahead, Kyle.
So this is I think a misstep with coaching. Why was Steph Curry out the game so long in the second quarter?
He had 3 fouls.
Doesn't matter.
He had 3 fouls. It does matter.
It matters
because I don't mean to cut you off, Kyle. I don't want to interrupt you. But I gotta say this because it's on my mind at this particular time. He had 3 fouls, and they're putting him in every pick and roll action, every play. That's why he got subbed out. I'm gonna agree with Steve Kerr on that. With that substitution,
not that long.
Even though I think he was out a little bit too long, but he had to be taken out because of the 3 fouls.
I guess
go ahead.
At the same time, Steph also knows how to play. Like, first of all, he's not the best defender anyway. Now, granted, they're running him around, and that was the great job with Boston's coaching. Mm-hmm. At the same time, he's hot. He knows how to play off. Like, it'll just be a situation. If he's allowing people to go to the lane, that's fine, right?
No, that's not fine. That's not fine. Because
look at it.
You know what? No, Kyle, listen, I don't mean to cut you off, but this, as a basketball mind, when you say something like that, it's like being KC.
The league would have continued because he's hot, bro. If you keep him in there, the reason why they weren't able to counteract every time they would try to pull ahead is that Boston was coming through. They got that lead because he was hot out there. You can't keep him out there that long. I understand he was in foul trouble and you don't want him to get 4 or 5 fouls in one game. I understand that part. But you sat him way too long.
You sat him for a reason. If they're gonna keep on picking on him, if I'm a coach, as soon as he's on that bench, as soon as he hit that sideline, about to come back on the table, let's rerun. We running that again.
We going to target. We going to target you. We going to target you.
You target practice, and we already know that you don't want to play defense. So now you put more strain on the help. Now you're giving Jason Tatum a chance to get involved in the game where he's making shots opposed to missing these shots. You see what I'm saying? So it's hard to say that he should have been in the game without saying that there's a reason why he was out of the game, but for how long he was out. Spot minute, I think he could have came back in, but maybe at the sitting for like 6 minutes opposed to 8. You see what I'm saying? But at the same token, Jason Tatum wasn't having a good game offensively with scoring the basket. But he was doing stuff to make himself still a threat. He didn't stop shooting. He was shooting bad, but he didn't stop shooting. But even though once the ball is in his hands, just like with James Harden, if the ball is in his hands, you're still a threat. Long as you're making some kind of a play towards scoring the basket, even though your mindset say, I'm just creating, that's all that counts. And that's what he started doing. My shot's not falling. Everybody else is going. I'm going to just drive, kick. I'm going to try to get a shot up. If I make it, I make it. If I don't, we just got to live with it because I have to take these shots. You can't just tell somebody, don't shoot, or you can't say, we're not putting him in a pick and roll. You got to target. I was a target when I played because I was smaller than everybody. But when I got on the offense, and now they're the target because I'm quicker than everybody.
Right. That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So I was blessed enough to have the talent to play on wherever I was hooping at. But I was a threat no matter what. They looked at me from the sideline. Once I walked in the gym, they knew who I was. You see what I'm saying? Steph Curry, once he's on the floor, we know. James Harden, once you get on the floor, we know what you are. You're going to score. If you don't shoot, if you're not shooting well, we know you ain't going to stop nobody on defense. So I'm going to make you guard. You got 3 fouls? Yeah. Let's get this 4th one.
Yeah.
Let's see how well that you're going to play.
And he got his 4th one too, right?
And he got his 4th one in the yeah.
Late in the second, right?
It's late in the second. Real late in the second. Because they put him back into action. They made him work. No matter who was on the floor, if he was put into the action all the time.
And
Go ahead, shoot it.
Another thing that people not giving the Celtics credit for, because this is what I was talking about. I got the Celtics in 6, but the Celtics survived the Warriors' third quarter, the dangerous Warriors' third quarter.
The dangerous third quarter.
Everybody said it was over. Everybody, I was in the watch party on the stream. Everybody, yeah, it's over. I said, bro, it's not over. It's 15 too much. Like when the Warriors dominate third quarter, usually down by like 20.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, that was too close.
But I look at it like this. I knew they was in trouble. I didn't mean to cut you off, Kyle, because you was going to say something. I'm gonna just say mine real fast.
The thing with Boston, and I think everybody's forgetting is real quick, is to your point, SB, is that they're battle tested. They faced the best all throughout the playoffs. So them getting down, and you even saw it as Steph was lighting them up in the first, they were never really out of the game. Even when they were down 11 or 12, they still continue, like even the role players continue to stay in there because you win against KD, you win against Giannis, you win against Butler. Like, all right, we got Golden State. Okay, we've been through this before, so we're not gonna falter, like you said, in the third quarter. Even though dudes is getting hot, we're not gonna falter because we've been here before. So they're battle tested. They're ready for this.
And I lost my train of thought. That's why I wanted to say it when I said it.
Only thing about
Kyle, you got me.
The only thing about the Celtics that scared me though sometimes, because a couple of those series they could have been closed them out earlier. They had them lackadaisical games, too cool.
But it's the games when Tatum don't shoot well that they lose. But this time, 3 other people stepped up. White stepped up, Horford stepped up, and Jalen played his. And even what's the kid? Petrus, he came off and scored buckets. But I found my train of thought. What I was going to say was, I lost it again.
Okay. Well, you know what? And the great thing about that Celtics.
Oh no! I got it.
Come on through.
I got it. Violation. I'll pause I'll mute myself after this. Flag on the play. All right. I knew Golden State was in trouble after that first quarter, and Steph had 27. I mean 20. What he had 21. 21 or 24?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Because he ended with 34. 24? So, with him having 24 in the first quarter, and they was only down 4 points, told me that there was going to be a problem with towards this end of this game.
Sticking around.
Because there ain't no way in hell. We all know that if one of them get cooking, Clay, Steph, get cooking, ain't no coming back from that.
Yeah.
Clay had, 61 on 11 dribbles?
Don't bring that shit up. Don't bring that shit up.
Yeah.
I'm just saying in case you
watching
wanted to hear it.
Nah, don't bring it up. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
You don't want to hear it?
Nah.
Don't even worry about it. Yeah, 61 on 11 dribbles. But what I'm saying is when they have these momentum juggernaut quarters, half runs, whatever it is, everybody gets deflated. But now you're dealing with a team who's already defensive minded and saying, shit, we just gave up 24 to Steph and we only down 5? We good. We just gotta make some baskets. I just gotta make a layup or something. I just gotta get some Jalen. I gotta hit these J's or somebody that you don't expect has got to step up and make these shots that Tatum was missing, and that's what they got.
Yeah, credit to the Boston defense. They made the Warriors get out of character. They were making them play
big time.
Yeah,
big time. They had a 24-second violation. Golden State had a 24-second violation. When did Golden State have a 24-second violation?
I know they turned the ball over, but not a 24-second.
Not a 24-second violation.
I haven't seen a 24-second violation from Golden State since like 2014 or something like that. Yeah, you know what I mean. So
I don't understand. A lot of people were shocked by how Jalen played, and like Jalen, like Jalen's on this level, and I think like all right, we get like Jason. He's the guy when you think of as far as like who the captain or the leader of the Celtics. Like I get that. Got to keep in mind that it's not even through a series. Like it's not always the main guy or the main person or the number one.
Right.
They have a team.
Yeah, it's not always that person. Sometimes it's number 2 or the
Marcus Smart. Right. He sat out 8 minutes and he sat out the whole fourth quarter almost.
Right. So what I mean. Even
and he put the nail in the coffin.
There's similar games like is this like Tatum's going to do. Not Tatum. Like Jalen's going to do what he does. Right. You got to look at there are certain players. And this has been through history where you've had the number 2 or the 1B person on the team rise to the occasion and play like how they're supposed to play. Like, and I'm going to throw this to you, Larry. Who was the MVP of what was it? Y'all first championship over there in Detroit? Who was the MVP of the finals?
Chauncey.
Big shot.
No, I'm talking the first 2, the back-to-back trains.
Oh, Isaiah.
Zeke, yeah.
Wasn't Zeke?
It was Zeke. So Dumars ain't get it?
Oh, it was Dumars.
Dumars got it.
Dumars got the second one.
No, he was the first one. Pretty sure he was the first one.
No, Zeke got the first one.
No, Zeke got the first one because that's when he played on the bad angle.
You're right. Second joint.
Right. Dumars got the second one because that was the second one when Dumars' dad passed away.
I'm about to mute this ball. Like,
here's the thing. When I'm making you can mute me after the point.
No, I'm gonna let you live. You
know they rarely win. He ain't gonna forget who won the MVP. They rarely win.
And that's my idol. Isaiah, my idol.
Shout out Z. He from the city. Shout out Z.
SB.
Shout out.
Don't disrespect me, man.
It's not always the person that you think. Like you would expect Zeke is gonna get the MVP. The same way how they thought Steph was gonna get it when the first time when
he should have got it.
When Golden State got it, right?
He should have got it.
You got players. He should have got it. But you also you couldn't like deny what Iggy did.
That's your mom.
So it's a situation where like
Iggy do get 40 dropped on him and almost a triple double. He deserves MVP, y'all. That's I'm just saying.
If Iggy, let me ask you this: if Iggy doesn't play
that's shot time right there.
20 minutes.
I mean, if Steph didn't play the way he played, they would have lost too. So
I agree. But guess you know what I mean?
Steph should have got the MVP.
But that's the problem. I think that's the problem that we have with when it comes to we put these players on such a high pedestal that when they don't win the gift, meaning the MVP, all of a sudden we he didn't win it. He didn't win it. Right. It's not that he didn't win it. Somebody else won it, but that doesn't say that he didn't deserve to win it.
Right. And
you know what I'm saying?
I think he didn't deserve a role during that series.
Like how
I don't see how Andre Iguodala won it neither. If LeBron was averaging 40.
Yeah, but they changed the rule.
No, that's not what I'm saying though. What I'm saying is I don't see how Andre Iguodala won the MVP if the man he was defending was averaging a triple double.
That's what I just said. I said Iguodala should got it. Yeah, he almost got 40 points and triple double on him. How he finals MVP? That don't make no sense. Like when Kawhi won his, talking about because his defense on LeBron. Like, bro, he almost he was killing him too. They should have went to Tony Parker.
Right.
He should have gave the MVP trophy right to LeBron. Like, yo, LeBron, listen,
you earned this.
You earned this. You killed me out there.
My bad. No disrespect, bro.
Yeah, they lucky they don't do that.
They lucky. But like you said, like like just piggybacking off of you guys in regards to like it was just so much of a great team effort like in the fourth quarter because like as soon as the period started, like the Golden State fans were just hot. And then if you notice, like I think around like the 11-minute mark, like Jaylen Brown hit him with like a step back bucket, like boom, step back, take this from you. Then after that, he hit him with a 3-point bucket. Take that on you.
And then Cody White hit that pump fake 3.
Yep.
Then Horford hit that come off the curl off the baseline. I'm like, Horford?
Robert Williams was catching every oop over there. Every time he threw a oop at the basket, Robert Williams was catching.
Listen,
somewhere,
let me pause that part right there though, because
go ahead.
Like I was saying a couple weeks ago when we were talking about, I think Robert Williams is playing himself to a contract that he might have an issue because of the same thing that Isaiah Thomas did. When we talked, remember we talked about this a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Playing through injury and not getting paid because of the injury.
Yep.
And you can, and that's the last thing. Even though Danny Ainge was at the office at that time, but at the same token, playing through injuries is not a good thing to do, and you can clearly see how hobbled he really is.
Yes.
That's what I'm worried about when it comes to him. But his energy and what he's doing, I applaud him. But that adrenaline, once that game is over.
Hey, quick story about Robert Williams too, not the guard subject. So when I was working with the Bulls before, when he was with the Red Claws, right? And the first thing I noticed him from the jump. First play I seen him, I think he did like a spin move or jump. Boom! In the gym. Bro, who is it? Bro, he dunking the whole time. I'm like, bro, why is this dude down here? I like send him to the league, bro. I noticed who he was. That's always I remember Robert Williams, bro. He was killing, bro. Because at the time nobody knew who he was. I'm like, bro, who is this dude on the Celtics?
Right.
Bro, he dunking every time he get the ball. So he legit is he legit. But the problem I think he got that the surgery where they scope it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and that's not good. That's not whenever they gotta go in, that's not good to be playing on. That means that you don't need to be playing on it because it don't heal. Yeah, if you're constantly on it, and I don't care what they try to say, we limiting his minutes. No, you're not. Because as soon as you put him in, his minutes is done. Because that's inflammatory. The knees is inflammatory. It's always going to be inflammatory. You sit down for too long, you get up and you like,
your knees gonna hurt.
Now you talking about running, jumping all day long, trying to running out, closing out. No,
at that level,
exactly. And I'm just hoping for the best for him. But at the same token, Boston Celtics, even though they're under different management, whatever, I don't think it's a good idea for him to be doing what he's doing. Because at the same token, it's gonna be a clause in his contract when he do get it about that injury. Because Ben Simmons and Kawhi and Kyrie that messed up all this new the contracts.
Hey,
to come.
I'm tell you when there's the next player meeting, I feel bad for them, bro.
The collective bargaining agreement is gonna be done.
Jordan,
after those two guys, that guy right there, remember?
Yeah, him.
Bro, they ruining what all the players fought for them to get, bro. Yep. How you don't want to play ball, bro? How you just sit? I know you, man. You a Clippers fan, bro. How you not playing, bro? You been injured since you been on the Spurs, bro. Like, bro, how long ago that was? This knee hurt fire.
You know what it is, though. I mean, not to dump on Kawhi and stuff like that, but it's like
no, that's the dump on him.
Okay, but
not playing. People playing hard
when he was playing, when he was playing, he was. When he was playing, he was like unstoppable, man. Like that the mid range game was just unstoppable, man.
What was this? I was
like
3 years ago.
Yeah, it's about like.
So that's not even relevant. Yeah. You muted.
No. And then hold on, wait.
How he gonna talk about when he played? He had a mid range game that was unstoppable. When the last time the motherfucker played?
Matter of fact, he'd be even better. He'd be good that game, and then take the next day off. He put his PTO in every.
Yo, I never seen no shit like it, yo. And still get paid his whole check. He got that motherfucker need to be on Affleck commercials.
Bro, he need to do something, bro, man.
Kyle, do you agree?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Affleck. Affleck, the only place that you can get your check and be off of work.
It gotta be. Because while all these players trying to lower the system or lower the games, I bet they say lower the check. They ain't gonna be with that then.
Do y'all wanna let him unmute him? Y'all wanna unmute him?
I don't know. He might take time off like that. I don't know, man.
See, I'm with the no. SB said no, so we gonna go one more time. Do you want to unmute him?
Every example he brings up is going to be Clipper related.
He has to say he has to say I apologize for that comment when he comes back on.
Like Kawhi put his time off request in. Tell him to put the request in. Time off request.
You got to apologize as soon as you get on before you say anything. Are we understood? You're not? Okay. Oh, all right.
Wait. Okay, what was I supposed to say?
You're apologizing for that dumbass comment about when he played, his mid-range game was unstoppable. Apologize. Listen, you see, I mute myself too at times, so don't act like it's like, when I say something stupid, I've muted myself, right?
Yeah, like listen, I mean.
So you just said something real stupid.
But wait, you didn't let me finish. That's why.
Your pop about to come smack you in the back of your head, though.
Listen,
where pop at, yo?
But listen, I got a real question. For you.
Shoot it.
All right, here we go. Like, even though Jason Tatum had like a quote unquote bad shooting game and stuff like that, even though he still contributed, does that make in any one? Does that make Boston less dangerous or more dangerous?
I think it makes him more dangerous.
More dangerous for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
What about you?
I think it's definitely more dangerous. At the same time, you also have to think about, well, Clay wasn't playing what he should have been doing. So what if he heats up?
Yeah, because he only had 15.
He only had 15.
Right.
So, do you think they have the formula now? You think the Celtics have the formula to?
I don't think there's a formula. I'm not gonna say it's a formula, but they just got to play the way that Boston been playing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I don't think there's a formula to say that there's a formula to beating Golden State. Golden State, we can't take nothing away from who they are.
Right.
Wiggins been playing well. He played pretty decent last game. He had 20. You know what I'm saying?
Poole.
Yeah, Kyle.
Poole looked out of sorts.
Yeah, but I mean, you look at it like it
plays how he's been playing. Clay plays how he's playing. I get it.
So who's
expect the regular form? It's like,
all right. So you saying if Clay plays the way he need to play and Poole play the way he need to play, who's going to take the lesser of the evils? Because all three of them are not going to have that great game.
They don't need to have a great game. They all just need to play well.
All right. So what do you consider? What do you consider? So now we talking about game 2 now. What do you consider? Let's talk about we're gonna go one by one. Kyle, you first. What do you think Poole, Steph, and Clay need to have? Just points wise. Then we're gonna go to K. Then we're gonna go to SB. Then I'll say mine. Just for them to have a legitimate, solid game that we can say they can either win or lose, as long as they had these numbers.
Even if they played the same way how they went against
Kyle, answer the question.
Earlier, like because they were all playing, everybody played within their average, right? It wasn't like someone had like this 40, 50-point game. Everybody had their contribution. Everybody played well. And I don't know how many averages in front of me.
Okay. Answer the question.
You stupid, Kyle.
What is the points? What is the points that we are expecting from these three?
I don't know what they're. I don't have
Okay. Am I right, Kay? I did explain it before.
Silly, man. You talking about some? Okay, whatever.
Now you turn to a politician, boy. You avoided that question.
Exactly. You see that? SB, thanks. I knew I wasn't the only one because I did explain it before I gave it out. Pause. What is your statistical numbers for these three players for them to say either they win or lose? What do you think they have to have?
I don't have their averages in front of me. Whatever they were averaging in the previous series, that's what they need to do. I don't know what their numbers are. I can't give you.
That was a good backpedal right there, by the way.
We gonna unmute Kyle when he thinks of his numbers. Kay, the same question is to you.
Yes. Listen.
What is the numbers that you expect or would like them to have for this chance
in
for
order
the
for them to
victory?
win? Oh man, well, Curry's probably going to still have to be at the same, like in his 30s. Wiggins will probably maybe have like maybe 20.
Wiggins wasn't even involved in this because Kyle was mentioning Poole and Clay. He didn't mention Wiggins.
Clay? Oh well, Clay. From what I heard through different sources and stuff like that, they said Clay's in the gym right now. So he's definitely going to go for the gusto on this one. He might try to go for 29.
Kyle, Kay. Answer the question.
I just answered it for you.
You didn't say no number for Clay.
I said,
did he? SB, did he say a number yet?
Nah.
Thank you.
You pulled the cow.
You might as well just beat me that. I'm with
right.
my brother there.
All right.
My brother there.
We going.
I'll blame, but nah. But for Clay got to probably put up at least like 20 points. He probably and shoot at least at a half 40 clip. Probably get he got to be aggressive on the defense. Maybe get like a steal or two. He got at least have like 4 or 5 rebounds. Jordan Poole got to shoot he got at least have like 15, 17, but shoot good and be like have those effective points. Have his imprint on
momentum.
Yeah, he got to have the momentum. Or when Steph out, he need to be taking over. That's when he did it. So he got around at like 15, 17 range.
All right, what about Steph?
Steph had 25.
25, 20, and 15.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
So we talking about 60 points between them? Yeah. All 3 of them? That's all?
Yeah. I mean,
all right.
Yeah,
move on.
Draymond got to show up too.
I'll come over. So, my aspect for them to have a progressive game in which they can win or lose, either way. But Steph going to have to go for 30 plus. Clay going to have to be close to 27.
Damn.
Clay's going to have to be close to 27, and Jordan Poole going to have to have at least 17. And I say that because we're not mentioning Wiggins. That's why I say that. Clay has to have a game in which that 20 is not going to be enough for him.
Okay.
The booster has to be that 25 to 27.
What about Draymond?
I'm only expecting 8 and 15 from him. 8, 15, and 8.
Okay, 15 boards or 15?
15 boards. He has to rebound today because he's gonna have to push. But I'm gonna go back to Kyle. We're gonna let Dr. Kyle back in here, and let's see what Dr. Kyle has to say. Poole, Steph.
Kyle gonna put you in a headlock.
He gonna be a chiropractor. He ain't gonna be Dr. Kyle. He gonna be Dr. Kyle chiropractor. Go ahead, bro. Shoot your shot. You muted yourself? Cause you off mute here. Oh no, you're not. My bad. I mute myself.
See, moderator issues. You see what I'm talking about, SB? You see what I'm talking about? This is what it's really. You know what I mean? See, but I'm gonna let him go. Also, Joe Dumars was the MVP of that 88-89 season of that finals. Just want to throw that out there. That was fact check. So mute yourself an extra 10 seconds for that. I'm gonna say Steph needs to drop 30. Clay 24, 25, and I'm gonna put Poole at like 21, 22. I think he needs to be over that 20 because he looked out of sorts. He looked like he was. I don't know if he was forcing it, but he looked out of sorts. And depending on how they're gonna use between him and Clay, I mean not Clay and Clay, him and Steph, he has to kind of keep everything going when he's in there. If Steph is on the bench, so I agree with SB on that.
Me like you. Yeah. Steph, 29, 30 range. Clay, like I said before, he's definitely going to go for the gusto. He's going to have like over 25. He's going to have over 25 this game. Draymond, he might be flirting with a triple-double. He might have like, it might not be a crazy triple-double, maybe one of those like hard to earn triple doubles, like like a 10-10-10 or something like that. yeah, like that. Yeah, thank you. Because I was going to do like 10-11, 10, 12, 12 or something like that, like a locker combination or something like that. But yeah, and they have to shoot, they didn't shoot half bad the first game, because like I said, 3-point percentage, 3-point percentage of 42% is not that bad, shooting from three as a team. So like if you can get over, because to be honest with you, like the best 3-point shooter shot what, 47%? So that's like Steve Kerr or something like that. So it's like, yeah, all you do is just, up the shots, and that'll come because this is game 2. So they're gonna definitely gonna protect home with game 2. So shots are gonna go up. So you hear me? No? Can you hear me? Anybody? Can y'all hear me?
Don't feed into his madness. Don't feed into it.
Oh, Larry's on mute. Okay. But yeah, that's what I think, man. That's what I think.
Come back in now, Larry. You can come back.
Yeah, okay.
I thank y'all, and Kyle, I appreciate your knowledge for correcting me, but okay, to each his own.
That's he look checking fact checks.
Yeah, he got it. Listen,
the doctor's in the house. He did the surgery on it.
You dig me? You dig me? How's Isaiah ankle after that?
The following year?
Yeah.
I mean, he did what he had to do. He got MVP.
Okay, that's all right.
I wasn't talking about. I said the previous year.
Yeah, you right. You right. My bad. No disrespect, Doc. All right. So my next question for this game 2 before we get up out of here is we've been on for 2 hours and 33 minutes, which is a productive and great dialogue, debate, everything. We having fun, and like I said, if we grow, make sure y'all go to YouTube, SB Talks Sports. That's his platform. Mm-hmm. Jump on that. Cool guy. He'll be on here with us quite more often, enjoying the dialogue. But my next question is, I guess we can make this the final question.
Okay.
What adjustments do Boston make and then Golden State make for game 2? Do we want to go Golden State first or Boston first with everybody and then do the opposite team the next round? Or do you want to just get both of your answers right away?
You can both. Is we giving who winning the game, who we got winning too, right?
Oh, we can do that lastly.
Okay.
We can do that lastly.
Let me just knock out both.
All right, so question at hand. What adjustments does Golden State make and Boston make for game 2 this evening?
Who you up? First? Okay.
K right there. K up.
Okay.
You want to go
first? You go first. You go.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. Game 2. All right. Well, I don't think Jason Tatum's going to have like a subpar game like he had, if you want to call it a subpar game. I think he's definitely going to be shooting more, and basically just do what they did before. Basically, drop coverage, but drop coverage, switch everything, be aggressive on defense. Because you got Marcus Smart anchoring the defense down because he's defensive player of the year, so he can kind of get away with some of the little cheap stuff and everything like that. Just contest everything. If they make it, they make it. So be it. Also, Boston, what they have to do is punch it in on the inside, punch it to Horford, punch it to Williams, punch it to Jaylen Brown. They're in the post. They got that switch on that smaller man. Destroy him down there. I'm sorry. Don't be a nice guy like me, but just. You got to go down. You got to go down there and destroy him sometime. Now with Golden State, they're going to come out. They're going to come out pumped. They're going to come out pumped and ready to go. Only thing Boston has to do is just withstand that onslaught. Don't go, back and forth as in a shooting contest because you're going to lose it. But if you can limit, their shot production, then you're saying just like before, like Steph had like 20 on. Steph had 20 on in the first quarter and we was down like 3 or 4. All right, I can live with that. I can live with that. But just, don't get flustered if Golden State goes on a run because the NBA is a game of runs. So, your time is coming. Mm-hmm. Do you want me to? Do you want my prediction or no?
Yeah, we're gonna do prediction last.
Okay.
Well, no, you know what? Why are you here? Go ahead. SB said it right. Yeah, we get to give you a prediction right there.
Yeah. I think Golden State takes this one, and then they're flying to Boston.
Okay. SB.
For me, for Boston first, because Boston is the easy answer because they got less adjustments to do. Shout out to Udoka for trusting his bench because he let them grad out. They close the game out. We know Jay Tatum's going to have a good game this game because it's already been proved from this his playoff stint so far. Once he got back a good game, Boston needs to play the same. If they play the same way they played yesterday, the other guys, the Hellford, the Whites, Smart, and all those guys, they play the way they played, and Jay Tatum come his 30, it's going to be an easy game for Boston. So they just need to play the way they play with Jay Tatum playing good. Which is iffy about it, but we'll see. But with the Golden State, they got to match the intensity defensively with the Boston, because Boston was real physical, got up in them. You know, when they was laughing and giggling up in the third, and Boston started putting that pressure on, and their faces changed. Like, no, you gotta play like that. Like they thought it was gonna be sweet. You could tell Warriors thought it was gonna be sweet when they made that, because everybody know they gonna how the Warriors play. They gonna be on that run, and then especially to add on to that run. You got to have one of those runs from like the 73-9 type runs. Like you got to be up. Like if you're going to be up, double digit by Boston, got to be up by 20, because 20 plus, maybe 25, because the game not going to be over. I don't know who won the rebound battle on top of the head. I forgot, but they need the Golden State needs to rebound the ball great, or need to be
Boston won
more better, because
Boston,
Warriors usually win games when they win the rebound battle, and that helps them with their versatility. And Draymond Green has to be some type of option, because what makes the Warriors so great and versatile is that with Draymond, you got a guy who can rebound at a small position, push the ball, and shoot threes. So if he's not bringing that to the table, it's making the team who's the best defensive team in the league easy to guard them. So it's like that's blitz Steph, let's get on Clay, because everybody just saying Clay, Jordan Poole had a bad game instead of just saying Udoka and the Celtics played great and had a good game plan against those defensively. They beat Draymond and Iguodala,
giving them flowers.
And Steve Kerr has to fix his rotations. I don't care how much this ain't Finals MVP Iguodala. He's not guarding people like the way he was back then. Don't put Draymond and Iguodala on the court together. It's not gonna work. They're gonna one half, and especially they're gonna be on the same side of the court.
That's like playing Danny Green.
Yeah, we gonna sit on one. We gonna dare them to shoot. So that's what I think. That's the adjustments that the Warriors need to make for tonight. I think the Warriors gonna bounce back and get a dub. They can't afford to lose this game and go back down and go 0-2 and go to Boston. Everybody yelling how good the Warriors fan. I'm a Bulls fan. I think the two rowdiest places to play to me is either even though they've been trashed in the Garden and the Knicks, they be going crazy. Trust me, I know a couple Knicks channels, they still booming and they be losing, but they still be talking like, bro, how y'all still talking about the motherfuckers there? They be trash.
Bing bong.
And bro, every game I've seen in Boston in the Garden playoffs is crazy, bro, to play. So yeah, so I got the Warriors bouncing back tonight. And
all right. Dr. Kyle, Black Psychologist Podcast.
I'm gonna try not to repeat a lot of what you guys already mentioned.
That's gonna be hard.
It's pretty simple. Draymond and what's my man's name? Looney. They got to be in the paint, man. They got to rebound. You got to board. Like they were getting killed out there. And like you said, if Draymond's not able to get in his his facilitator bag, it's gonna be a long night. Like they're getting like if you're getting out rebounded in that manner, and they just seem like really out of sorts. Like from Poole, from Draymond, and having Draymond and Iggy out there. And I know Iggy hasn't been playing, and I don't know however long, but it just seemed. And like you guys mentioned, also the shot clock violation, which is very uncommon for them. But I think that was it personified just kind of like how disorganized they were. And I don't know what was going on, what contributed to that, but
defense.
Yeah, I mean that, but
rotations.
Yeah, that at the same time, like Golden State, this is not their first time in the rodeo and kind of getting that thrown at them. So I expect it just seemed out of sorts, man. So they have to. I don't know if they need to settle down or they need to have like a little powwow or something in the locker room. But they just seem like not themselves. But if you're not controlling that paint, like you're not allowing them, like you said, Tatum was still able to get to the line and get, even though the shots weren't falling from, but he was still able to get to the line and they were able to get some looks and things in the paint. Like, yo, if you're not controlling the paint, getting rebounds, they're getting these second opportunities and garbage points. So that's what I think the biggest adjustment for Golden State. For Boston, I think the shots will eventually fall for Tatum. I mean, it wasn't like he wasn't getting the looks. They just weren't falling. And I don't think that's going to happen. At the same time, I don't know if Boston's player, I don't know if Horford's going to play like that for 3 more games. Right? So they're able to find a way.
He give you one. Just one. He give you one.
Yeah, so maybe another one. Maybe game 4 or something. If they're able to find a way to keep that same momentum, but with different role players coming up and coming up big, absolutely, I think that'll keep them in shape. But I mean, I think it's going to fall in place. I think Boston should just continue to do what they do, or at least play how they've been playing these past 3 or 4 games, including the last series. Close out because they already showed that they can fight, right? They showed that they're not going to deflate. They showed that they're, if they get the lead, that they're not going to run. They're not going to kind of roll over and show their belly. They're going to continue to fight. But if they get the lead, can you close it out? And that's been an issue that's been taking place. That's been played in the past couple of seasons. We get up.
A lot of bonehead mistakes in the ends.
So and
almost gave it up last series.
Sometimes Golden State thrives on that. They might, you get ahead, cool. This is where we thrive the best. So if they're able to, continue doing what they're doing, but see if they can get another role player that's going to be able to have that same type of Al Horford game, I think they'll be in decent shape. But I think as far as game-wise, I think Golden State pulls this up. I think they even it up. And I'm going to just say for the series, I still say Golden State wins in a very, very tough game 6. I feel like it's going to be a very tough matchup. I still have Golden State winning and pulling this out. But it's going to be a tough out for them, but they'll pull it out.
I got the Shamrocks at 6.
Okay.
Shamrocks and shenanigans.
Gotcha. All right, my take on that is once again, thanks Black Psychologist Podcast, Kyle, Dr. Kyle, SB Talk Sports, YouTube. They both of them have a YouTube pages, Instagrams, everything.
Kyle, you got to send me your link again too, so I can send it to your channel, bro.
Yes, sir. I got you.
All right, so my take on adjustments, Golden State, they have to match intensity, big time. I think with them being who they are, and they say how they got seniority in the championship. They're used to this. They wasn't used to someone coming with the same energy that they have, with a little bit more in it, because they're younger. So I think that caught them off guard, that they didn't back down after that first quarter in the first place. So I think for the most part, Golden State has to match their intensity when it comes to defensive and putting pressure on them. Looney will have to get involved offensively, not just on a rebounding tip, but he has to be involved, because right now he's just out there. You just rebound and that's it. Because now you got Looney and you got Draymond out there just rebounding and that's it. You know what I mean? So they have to put some kind of action in which they can get involved, whether that's a pick and roll or picking something involving Draymond as the ball handler, of course, in that situation. But he has to start attacking the basket if he's not going to shoot jump shots. But he also can't afford not to shoot jump shots. It's like he's not even looking at the rim. So he has to take one of those momentum and rhythm jump shots and see if one fall at least once every 4 or 5 times when he getting that ball at the top of the key. He has to have that happen. Other than that, for Boston, I think they just need to play the way they just played. They play the way they just played, and they're fine. Whether they win or lose out of that, they're playing the same basketball game. They're still having those same defensive matchups, those same shifting and putting clamps down on the defenders as much as possible. I don't think they need to do anything differently. I just think offensively, they have to understand that Horford's not going to play the same way. White may not play the same way, and the other kid, Pritchard, may not. These shots may not going to fall again like that often. So it's going to take Jalen to have Jalen have his same game, but also have Jason finally start getting involved really the way that they need him to, because his points, if his points total up, is less pressure on White and Cody and all the rest of them. You know what I mean? So now they're not pressured into having 15 to 20 when it's not expected, because we're never going to look at the box score and say, oh, I need him to get 15. I need Cody White to get 15. We're not going to say that. We just hoping they get 8 and consider and create. Horford, to be the same Horford, just defensive minded. He's going to take threes, which I love the fact that he's not turning down the shots. He has to still take those same shots, whether they falling or not. I think Marcus Smart is going to have to attack a little bit more. He can't settle for the jump shots. He was taking a lot of jump shots last game. But other than that, offensively they fine. Just Tatum just got to get more involved. I think he just needs to go to the post, because he started bringing the ball up, if you haven't noticed, last game. Even though he was doing what he needed to do to create offense, he started bringing the ball up. So that means that he's like Luka. You're creating too much time with the basketball. I ain't want to, but I had to. He had too much time with the basketball to try to create his own shot. You see what I'm saying?
Solid shot at that.
Slick shot, look quick one.
That was real slick too.
Yeah. So, but opposite of that, yo, man, listen, I'm done. All y'all can kick rocks. Yo, listen,
caught the quick jab. He tried to
the quick look.
Keep going. But you know I got what said. He tried to
like
jab.
Yeah, so, yo, man, I predict Golden State winning this one. I don't think they're going to lose 2 games in a row. I don't think they're going to lose 2 games in a row, especially at home, and knowing they got to go to a chaotic Boston, like SB said. So my prediction for today is that Golden State wins this game, and I think they win by at least 15. With a solid game by both sides, but I think today the 3 ball is going to fall for Golden State a little bit more, and Boston will not have those same amount of threes. So that's going to be those ones in between those 2-point, 3-point, 2-point, 3-point bad trade-offs. It's going to add up. So I'm thinking they're going to come out with a double-digit win for today. But once again, I want to say thank y'all for watching the podcast.
The hell out of me, man. I was grabbing my laptop like, damn, I got music players going on.
Thank y'all for watching In the Basement with Next Step in KC, and our co-host guest, of course, Dr. Kyle, the Black Psychologist Podcast, always on here, and our boy SB Talk Sports. He has a YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to his channel as well, of course, with Black Psychologist Podcast as usual. We want to thank me and Kay. Would like to thank both of y'all for being here today. I enjoyed the convo, some dialogue, the fun. Awesome. We was on here for almost 3 hours today.
We had an awesome time.
We had another follower, Gideon.
G-Money. He's a dude who be on my channel too.
Oh, okay. Yo, get it. Yo, that's love, man. We appreciate that, dog.
I got the C's.
He said I got the C's and 6. Yo, brother, I appreciate you locking in with us from our brethren's channel. So you know what I mean? That means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, all we trying to do is create dialogue, have fun. You never know. You be on here too, but you know what I'm saying? So get in. We appreciate you locking in with us. Subscribe, like. You already know the deal, man. If you on my band SB channel, so you already know what the situation is, man. He says awesome channel. Yo, that's all I need to hear, man. My guys on here already with me, but that right there means a lot. Yeah. New subscriber, new friend to the show, your family. Your family. You're in the basement with Next Step in KC. But the rest of the shout outs to everybody that's watching and listening, to the families, but we're gonna keep this thing going. I'm learning with my guys. My guys is helping me grow. But Kay, you got it. Your shout outs?
I'm gonna keep it quick, man. I mean, just shout out to everybody who's listening.
That's never.
No. Shout out to everybody on the channel. Shout out to SB Sports Talk. Shout out to Larry. Shout out to my brother Kyle, man. Once again, another great podcast. Had a wonderful time on here today. And just the dialogue and the topics were just awesome. We just had a great time just, voicing our opinions on this platform, man. I got to thank you, Larry, for just, picking me, because you could pick anybody else in the world, but you choose to rock with your boys.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I keep telling you, bro, it's not about me, man. I just needed to know, I needed to have somebody on here that I can actually look to, that I know that's doing it, that's very knowledgeable. So I always, like I said, I gotta give you your flowers every time possible. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think I could have, not to say I couldn't find someone better, because we all could say that, but you was the perfect fit for me. You know what I'm saying? Because of our background. Yeah, that was a big, I'm gonna mute myself. Go ahead, man. Just I'm gonna mute myself.
Hey, Kyle, you got any shout outs, man?
Nothing. Listen, I appreciate you guys having me on as usual. So
not at all, Lau.
SB, always a pleasure, my good brother. Loving the conversation.
Yeah.
Nice, great channel you got over there. Just a shout out to you guys, the family, the Black Psychologist Podcast, which is on YouTube, which is on you can catch us on iHeart, Pandora, Spotify, Google, Apple Podcasts, or any of those streaming player areas. I appreciate you guys having this on, man. I appreciate it. Oh, shout out to my guy, Dr. Jason Coleman, my colleague and friend. My guy.
Shout out to Dr.
Dr. J on here, yeah, we gotta get Dr. J. And Dr. J is a Dallas Cowboys fan as well. My guy. But what? Hey, SB, stop, bro. Yo, our boy, hey, Gideon, make sure you hit that subscribe button, brother. I ain't see my icon pop up in my corner yet, so I'm waiting for that. A little Gideon says, a little McNugget I would like to throw at you is that no team in NBA history had won the chip after dropping the first 2 home games. So Warriors want to avoid purgatory heading into Beantown.
Yeah.
Exactly, bro.
Yes,
we appreciate that. Yeah, go SB, you up?
Oh man, first of all, man, shout out to y'all, man. Great convo. Shout out to the Dr. Cal. Shout out to KC in the basement. And then one thing I say I do like with fellas like that, we have a great intellectual sports talk. We talk, we send our shots, talk back, and when nobody argue, we have real education. This is sports talk that I like to have, bro. Mm-hmm. Educated brothers, we know we talking about you make your points, you make it make sense. We ain't out here just saying no bullshit. Or if you say some bullshit, you better back it up with some.
Yep, because you can get the mute button.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but salute, fellas, man. It's a good combo, man. And I will be back, man.
Most definitely.
I love to be back. I hope you guys were happy.
Yo,
most definitely.
That's nothing. Say less. I said say less. But yeah, Gideon said he just subscribed. Cool beans.
There you go.
Cool beans.
You know
what I'm saying?
He got the knowledge too on that. He one of the guys that talk with the Knicks, but he know other sports. But
he a Knicks fan?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Listen, we can have it. We gonna have it. No, we gonna have it. The more, you know what I'm saying, I can get up to 10 people on here. So when we want to have that crazy back and forth, we can do it. You know what I'm saying? But yo, yeah, it's sad. I mean, K a Jets and what's the other team? Clippers. Yeah, so
the team with the most PTOs, you know, man.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, but yo, like I said,
Los Angeles paid time off. That's what they paid time off.
I'm off, yo.
Yo, once again, thank y'all for being on In the Basement with Next Step and K. Special guest, Dr. Kyle, our boy SB. Until next time, you're in the basement with Next Step. Peace.
Salute, fellas.